The Arrows Podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings, which is a flooring company specializing in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro cement, and self leveling concrete. They speak Spanish and they offer awesome customer service. And you could reach them on Instagram, Triumph underscore coatings, looking them up on Facebook, Triumph Protective Coatings. You can email them, triumphprotectivecoatings at gmail.com. You can call them or text them at 666-436-4702. And if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off on your next flooring project. So reach out to them, and they will take care of all your flooring needs. Welcome to the Arizona Podcast. On this episode, we have a long one for you today, and it's mainly NBA towards the end, but we get into music and charging and just the touchy subject of charging people for your art and for the things you do. So we get into that. It was a very interesting and fun conversation to have because I think if you're in that space, you definitely know how tough it is to go out there and tell somebody, "Hey, I'm gonna do this, pay me," because it's different. It's different than if you're selling tacos or another type of food, because then it makes sense. You're eating the service, or if you're doing construction or some kind of service work. So it's different, So we get into that, and then we talk about the NBA, scope of the NBA, where we're at with all that, and as always, the final thought. But before I throw it to that conversation with David and Gehrig, I wanted to talk about what we saw yesterday from the 49ers and the Seahawks, as they had a very interesting game, and it's been a typical 49er game this year, where the Niners are clearly the better team. The Niners are clearly better than their opponent, and they should be up by a whole lot, but they're not. The Niners this game should have been over by halftime. It should have been like 28-35-0 or something like that. But the Niners continue to struggle from the red zone, which is not good. If you look at the numbers, they've gotten to the red zone a lot easier this year than last year. They're moving the ball a lot better than they were last year. They just can't get 7. And maybe it might just be a Christian McCaffrey thing. It might just be easier to scheme against them because you don't have the threat of CMC back there. And honestly, it might just be that. But they took care of business in Seattle. The game got a little weird, and if you're a Niner fan, you're getting flashbacks to the Rams and the Cardinals, and you're like, "Oh my God, here we go again." But then they held on. The defense got 3 turnovers, which was 2 turnovers, and the other one was the special teams. The special teams allowed another big play as Laviska Shenault took it to the end zone, and the Niners are just a mess on special teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move there, changing coaches, because it's not working out. But they won, and this game meant more for the 49ers than it meant to everybody else. We're now first in the division. I say we, like, yeah, I know, get it. I'm not playing, but I'm playing. And so now we get a few days, and the Niners now get both they get the Chiefs, and then after that the Cowboys. So a huge win for San Francisco, and hopefully they're able to turn things around and kind of get back to who they were. On the other side, Geno Smith threw 52 times, and if you're Seattle, you need to run the ball more. The recipe for success for Seattle cannot be Geno Smith throwing 50 plus times every single time out. Because I think their strength is in controlling the game and especially when you got a banged up defense like that. He threw it 40 times versus the Giants, and again, not ideal. And then he threw it another 56 times versus the Lions. So 40 versus the Giants, 52 times versus the Lions, and then 34 times versus the Dolphins. So it's been 3 straight games now where he's thrown the ball 40 plus times, and I just don't think that's a recipe for success if you're gonna lead the Seahawks to victory. So I think that needs to change for them. And yeah, so that's where we're at the end of the first game of Week 6. The Niners are first place, where we thought they were going to be. They're 3-3, not how we thought they were going to be at first place, but this is where we're at. Good Shanahan game. He called a good game. And what's up with the officials, man? How is it that they don't have the angle that the Amazon Prime had? It was ridiculous. There was a punt where the Seahawks player clearly touched his hand. But they said, no, inconclusive evidence or whatever, the play stands. And we're like, how? And, and they came in like, well, the NFL doesn't have this view. Like, how is, like, that cannot happen. We at home cannot have a better view, a better angle, a more clear angle than the NFL. But thankfully it didn't hurt the Niners. But that's where we're at. Purdy played well again. Garendo proved again you can put almost anybody up back there, and they're going to be fine under Shanahan. Debo, touchdown, and Kittle gets 2. And so, good day. Bang, bang, Niner gang. We got it done. So, I wanted to present that before the pod. So, without further ado, here's my conversation with David and Gehrig. Here we go.
Go. What's up? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. I can't hear myself in the damn headphones, though.
Uh-oh.
I hate everybody. It's okay. I figured it out last time. I'm going to survive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you put your volume up a little bit, David?
Like the input?
Yeah, there you
Is
go.
that better?
Yeah.
Better? Okay. Hello? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you before.
Okay. I can hear myself now.
Oh, there you go. You're
All
like an
right.
old man figuring out
I
technology.
know, dude.
Yeah. All right.
Boomer you. Just enroll.
David was
Just
kind of
enroll.
going boomer right there a little bit.
Yeah. Cut your boy some slack.
Oh, man.
Still figuring out how to,
He's got the Tupac shirt on. He's old school, bro.
Yeah.
The thing is still...
I'm converting things to PDF, but I need help with that too. So just, we out here.
What's that gif of the rappers are in the studio and one of them does a thing and he's like,
it's Lil Yachty. Like it's Drake and Lil Yachty, and like Drake does something on the computer and Lil Yachty's like,
Yeah, it's from the video. They're like at the Apple store and he's
yeah.
on the iPhone and Lil Yachty's.
Bruh. Okay.
Yeah.
David, right? Just turn up the volume,
Dude. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Or it's like the classic like. Have you tried turning it on? Like just like the button or like off and on real quick,
Oh my god.
Dude.
That happened to me once. I was about to start recording with someone and I couldn't hear them and I was blaming them. And I'm like, I don't know, it's something on your end. And
you figured it out. Like
it was me. I hadn't connected it. And I'm like, I'm not telling them. They're gonna think
there's too much.
Oh yeah, no, you're too deep at that point. You're just like, I don't know, it's started working all of a sudden.
You stood on it too much. You're like, bruh.
You're like, you must have pressed a button that made it start working all of a sudden. Dude. I don't know what to tell you guys.
There have been times before gigs where I'm like, I'll set up my stuff, like my bass, my amp, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, bro, something better not be wrong with the amp. And this one time I was just like, I looked back and I was like, I didn't even plug the power cable into it. Like it's not plugged into an outlet. It's just I'm like I'm stupid. Like it's just and I'm like, oh, the light's not turning on. I'm like, oh,
Bro,
dude.
it's always like with the music stuff, whenever technical difficulties happen, it's always just like somebody just forgot something very like
Right,
simple.
right. Did you plug it
Just
in the
skipped
right
it in the
spot
process of
specifically?
getting everything ready. Like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't plug the laptop in. Yeah, that's right.
Right,
That's
right.
important. I need to do that so that doesn't die during.
Dude.
Like, there's just always like it's always little stuff. It's never anything
Yeah.
big.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny.
What's the most do you guys have like a nightmare?
Like a nightmare gig.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
like
Yeah, I've had the laptop die mid set
Ooh.
and just everything turn off. That was the nightmare one. And it was we were in Fullerton
Oh.
without Tommy, so we were having one of our other guys like DJ the set, and it was like his first time solo DJing. He was killing it, doing good, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
everything just turned off. I'm like standing next to him, I'm like, what just happened? He's like, the
You're like,
laptop died.
bruh.
I'm like, the laptop's not plugged in right now. It's not.
Like you didn't think to bring a charger for something this important and just keep it like just
And luckily, my buddy Merc from the Lethal Session albums was there, and he was on
yeah.
stage. What happened? And he just started like rapping, like until the laptop turned
Right,
back on.
right.
Picked like a couple acapellas.
He made it
And
part
like
of
it
the
was a
experience.
small
He's like,
show,
yo,
so it was
this was
fine.
planned. This was planned. I'm going a
Yeah,
cappella for
exactly.
a
Like we
few,
just need a little break from
yeah.
instruments for a second, you
Yeah.
guys. It's not a big deal. So that would be mine for sure. The laptop
Dang.
dying, because you're just when it happens and you're sitting there mid show, you're like, oh, this is the worst. This is nothing. I don't know if I could have drawn
Yeah.
up anything worse happening right now.
Dude. My bass stopped working during a gig once, and I thought it might have
Oh.
been the amp, but I had a buddy there who because we have a PA system, so you can still plug your bass into the PA.
right.
And so I thought it was the amp. And I was like, all right, well, I have all the cables to make it work, and I can just plug the bass into the PA. And my buddy that does sounds there, he's like, yeah, let's figure it out. So we plugged it in, and he's like, yeah, I'm not getting any signal. It's probably the wiring like inside your bass. So it's not the amp. And I was like, bro, we had like maybe like 15, 20 minutes. This is at Farmers, like in slow. So it wasn't that big of a deal because we were crushing it up until then. But I was just like, I felt so like just like naked. I was like, damn, bro, I can't play anything.
And so did you just stand there pretending to play?
We just called it early because like the farmers thing, it's like you're playing for tips like out on the street. It's like busking pretty much. And we'd played a majority of the set. It's like a 2.5 hour set.
Oh, you'd gotten through most of it
And
already.
so we got through most of it, but there was that little home stretch, and then it just like all the oomph dropped out because like when the bass drops out, it's like there's
if you don't have your bass player,
it's
you're
just
like,
drums and like KB playing guitar, and I think we had a sax player, and it's like there's no depth to it.
Yeah.
And
you
so
said it right. There's no umph. When you lose the bass, you lose all the umph in the live band.
Yeah. We have had moments where like KB's mic dies because he has like a wireless mic, but those typically happen near the end of set, and we're like, we'll be fine. We'll just do an instrumental.
And low key, the singer dropping out, like especially if he's already sang a lot, is like, okay, well now we'll just play some instrumental stuff and people will dance and like it. If the bass all of a sudden drops out, it's like this just
party's over.
Sound
Yeah.
right.
You're like, oh,
all right, we're missing.
Everybody
something.
get out, go to the next bar that
has
a bumping DJ or something.
Right. I'm sure there's a dude playing acoustic guitar in one of these.
On
a
shout
chair
out to those
somewhere.
guys. Yeah. Still selling CDs, and you got a CDs. You got a little merch table,
Yeah.
Bingo.
Dude, yeah, those are rough though. Those are like, I have had nightmare gigs where like someone just doesn't know the music, and it's like, bro, like, are you good, bro? Like, did you like, and it's like,
My other nightmare ones have been like planning the shows, and then like guys dropping out the day of the shows is always fun. But even that I don't is like I can still recover from that because like okay, we can just make my set longer and like I'm a more DJing. The one that kills is like when you get someone to open for something and you're just like, and especially for us, some of the shows we do, it's like, oh, let's just give people like a chance. And then you give someone a chance and they open, and then like customers are coming up to you like, this is terrible. And you're like, I feel like I did that. It's not even me up there right now, and I feel like that's my fault. And they're like, you watch people leave or whatever, and you're like, that's tough. That's tough.
Bro. Oh yeah.
Watching a bar empty out because of people you brought is like a tough one sometimes.
That's like major. Like, I mean, this isn't gonna be on the podcast if we don't get the visual, but it's gonna be like It's like, bro, like you're like, like
yes, bingo.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
man. Yeah, the opener that you're like, I think they're dope. I hope you think they're dope, you know, and
Or
it's
like really nice too. That's the other one. Like the
Right.
person is really cool. So you're like, I'm gonna make this work.
I'm gonna throw him a bone. Like, just, you know, let's see what you got.
Have you guys had the person that in rehearsal they sound really good, and they get up there and they freak
The
out,
nerves.
and they're too shook to even perform?
I
And
had a
you're
guy like
they're
that.
good. Trust me, I heard them. They're good.
This guy wasn't like amazing, but this is like early on, like when I was doing like jazz combos, like little jazz bands at school. And it was my first one, so I was pretty new. But we had this guitarist, and he sounded solid, like in rehearsal, good guy, very nice guy. And then we had like a little like coffee shop thing, and he, like day of, he was just like, "Oh, something came up, I can't make it," you know. So we're like, "Okay, no big deal," you know. The rest of us went, and then the director talked to us, and he's like, "Oh, he's got a problem with like stage fright." He's like it's been going on for years. So it's like, yeah, like he'll show up to rehearsal, like he'll sound cool, solid, but as far as actually getting out and doing, he needs to feel like adequately prepared. And if it's not, it was one of those things where like we got the gig last minute. Like it was like, "Hey, do you guys want to play tomorrow?"
Oh, and he's like, "I haven't."
He's like, "I'm not ready for me to just go out and play."
Damn.
And so it happened a couple times, but that was one of the first times where I was like, "Oh, dang, that's real." Where like if you, because me, like, especially like learning stuff by ear in church, it was always like, I'll figure it out when I get there. Like if you have chart for me, or if it's a simple enough song where I can follow along and just learn it as I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, bro, you know. But in jazz, it's different because you have like longer charts to read, and the chords are like insane. So he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that," and we understood. And we were like, "All right, you're chill, dude.
Yeah,
we'll plan the
Jay
next
had that.
Yeah,
Jay had that happen one time where he had like a guy show up for a Frog and Pete show, like got there, dapped him, said, "What's up?" Like I'm here. And then when like they got ready for the set, the guy was just like, he had left because he was like, you know, nervous or didn't want to do it anymore or whatever. And I'm like,
dang.
I can't imagine like going all. I feel like once you're at the venue, you're like, okay, we're here, like we got it.
Right.
I'm like, he went through all the like getting there, going through all that like terrible nerves. Like, I don't want to really do this, but I should.
Right.
And
He extended the hand. He was there. He's like, "I'm present." Like he was like,
yeah, literally, I'm here for class, teacher. And then he was like, I'm out the back door to the bathroom for the rest of class.
Like never coming back. Like, yeah, just
crazy.
Crawl out the window. Wild. Dang. That was for like one of like the hip hop nights.
Yeah. And rappers just more hit and miss than any genre ever. Rappers just pick up and like, I don't really feel like it today.
We
don't feel like it. Been playing the show for 2 months. They're like, I know, but meh.
Dang, that's crazy.
That happened with we had a house show, and it was there was an opener, and the opener was a dude with an acoustic guitar, you know, solo singer-songwriter. And the guy was there. The guy was there hanging out for the set before. And then when it came time for him to go on, he just didn't go on. But he didn't leave. Like he was there.
But he was just like
he was hanging out outside, like with the like he was booling. He was just having a good time. And so my buddy was the host. He was like one of the guys that lived in the house, and he was going to be the MC. So I heard the conversation that he had with like one of the girls that was like doing sound, and he was like, "Yo, so is he coming up? What's going on?" Like, and he's, "Oh no, he's too nervous. He's not going to do it."
Dang.
And then someone else asked them, like, "Hey, is so and so going on?" And I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, "He's a man of poor form. He's not going to be going on." And I was like, "Dang, bro!" And then he went on because the host is a really good musician. So the host was like, "I have to eat up
testicular fortitude to go up."
Yeah, he was like, bro. He's like he's not built like that, pretty much. And so the host was a singer-songwriter, so he was like, "All right, well, I got to kill 20 minutes of time." He's like, "I'm gonna do a few of like my originals, and then the next band will go up." And I thought the guy had left. I thought he just booked it, but then I went outside and was like, "Oh, he's out here sipping a cold one, talking to the girls." I'm like, "Bro, like, really?" I was like, "All right."
He's of poor form,
dude.
That's
Yeah,
I'm
that's
stealing
an
that.
amazing
I was
line.
like, bro,
I
I was
like
like,
that. He's
damn.
a poor form.
He's a man of poor form, and I was like,
No matter
"Alright,
what form.
dude."
That's almost more
cheating right
insulting.
there.
Yeah, that's like that one thing where it's like someone hits you with the like who is this clown? And it's like, one, you're a clown, two, you're not even good enough to be like a noteworthy clown, and it's like, damn, it's so simple, but it's like, oh, like,
Yeah, that would hurt, bro. Who's this clown?
Yeah.
It's like, dang,
dude, not even worth
clown is bad enough,
remembering.
but you don't even know me. I'm not even a
Right, yeah,
recognizable
like,
clown.
damn.
That's
Ronald
terrible.
McDonald got the clout. He's worldwide, like,
Or Bozo,
yeah, both, but you, it's like you're not even like you ain't even
Yeah.
got a foot on the line, you
Yeah.
know.
Have you done real clown work before, or are you just you acting?
What kind of car you drive? What size shoes you wear? What is it?
Yeah. How small is your car? Are you a real
Right.
clown?
Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
that's I think for me the nightmare ones have been funerals. Because people are so all over the place.
Right, emotions are all like out of whack. They're like,
And if it goes bad, you're just like, this is the worst. I just went to a funeral the other day where it was outside, and the cemetery is in Cayucas by like the highway, and the preacher was like doing his thing and couldn't hear a word. And then the wife of the guy who passed away, or the girlfriend, went up and spoke, couldn't hear a word. And you're just sitting in the back like, this is wildly uncomfortable for this setting.
Right.
It's supposed to be like a nice closure moment. It's like, dang, can't even hear.
Yeah.
was it like the audio guy? Like it was just like, or like
It's
was it
like no mic and no
Oh, they
sound.
were
Like
just-
they
oh,
just
they
were
were
like,
going-
oh, it's a small little thing. We'll be able to just talk loud enough. I'm like,
they're going in
highway.
dry, just here.
People
like,
don't understand the mics is not just for large crowds. Like you need that so that everybody can hear you.
right.
Because even
Yeah,
if
it
you
takes a real booming, loud voice to be the kind of person who can do stuff like that without a mic. You have to know, like, I am a loud human being, and I know how loud this setting I'm going into is.
Yeah,
well,
you gotta have like,
even then, you have to have great tone because
that's the girls are just yelling.
Yeah, and then it's like, why? Like, dude, it's a
For
funeral.
a funeral, why is this guy screaming?
Yeah,
it's really not appropriate.
No, for sure.
She was a great lady.
Right. You're just like
we're all gonna miss her a lot. You're like,
I don't know to believe him. He's so angry.
Yeah, I don't feel like she was a great lady.
Was he a great guy? I don't know.
He's out of. Is he gonna be okay? He's out of breath. He's turning purple. You're like, what? What happened?
Like he's lying,
dude.
Yeah, the worst ones is when I've shown up, and I'll ask them for a program, and they're just like, yeah, we don't have one. We're gonna win it. You know, like you're just
kind of freestyling today.
Like, what does that mean? When do you want me to go up? And they're like, oh, we'll let you know.
Just feel it out.
And you're just like, what,
bro? You're like, what are we even starting with? Like, am I doing like the opening thoughts?
The last one I did, I spoke to somebody before, and they told me, no more than 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Like I don't like to do super long funeral services because no one's there to listen to me. Like everyone's grieving. Like I don't want to just take up the time speaking. And so I plan like this like 15, 20-minute thing, and I show up and I'm just kind of waiting. And they're like, actually, can you do 45 minutes? 45 minutes? Like that's
double.
I'm like, I could do that, but like, really? You want 45 minutes? Like, yeah, we just kind of like you guys don't want to give speeches? Like, you guys don't want to like
we're not doing the open mic portion where we open up the floor and like,
Yeah, it was so strange.
So they didn't have anybody else speak. Like
they did, but funerals are weird because funerals funerals are about the people that are alive and not the person that's dead.
Yep.
So you do end up getting, and I didn't understand that until I started doing more funerals. And that's when I realized, like, wait, this is for you guys. Like, this isn't really, I mean, the person in the casket.
Right. They're like, he gone. He's
Yeah. Like he's not bothered by what will.
No, exactly.
And so you do realize like funerals is the place where people get everything off their chest because they think like this is it. And so you hear like some of the wildest things and some of the wildest confessions at funerals.
Whoa.
And being in a position of like minister, people will tell you stuff, and you're just like, dang, like
You just go around saying that? Like
that's not
okay.
okay. But all right. Um, and then when you try to like, correct a little bit and kind of just like push back to just
get touchy. They get all like, nah, like
yeah, it's like, well, this is what I think. And it's like, okay, all right. Well, I mean, you're talking to me, so I don't know. Like
Yeah, you came up and found the pastor.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
like,
If I said something pastor-ish, that you might have come to the wrong person.
And so yeah, so funerals are very, very interesting just because they get super weird and nobody's ever prepared. No one's and so I understand it from one standpoint because you're mourning, but I think you need somebody who's gonna plan it. You need someone to, okay, this is what we're gonna do
steer
because
the boat, just kind of
it
like
throws everyone else off. But they are a lot easier than weddings. Weddings.
oh yeah, no, weddings is like
weddings
is the opposite end of the spectrum where it's like, oh, I guarantee you everything's planned to a T, and it's probably still not going to go to plan, but there is a plan. So it's
Yeah.
like,
And then when it doesn't, everyone's going to be upset.
Yeah, and I did this wedding and I asked them, okay, like, is there anything you want me to highlight? Anything you want me to mention? Like, no, just whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, whatever I want then. And so I did the study, did the thing. And so I send it to them just for review, just to make sure um, everything's good with
right.
Not so much with what's going to be said, but just the order of how we're going to do things. And they're like, oh, actually, can you like include my grandma here? Can you like? And it's like, okay, so you do want.
So
Right,
you did have a specific vision.
Yeah, because and then it started with, can we? How long is it going to be? And I'm like, no more than 30 minutes. Like, okay, that's perfect. And then they added all these things. I'm like, you do know this is like 50 minutes. This is like a 50-minute ceremony,
right?
Because you have all these things that you didn't have before. And they're like, oh man, like, can we do it in 30? Like, no, like do you know, like, you know how long all these, because you got people that gotta come up, there's the pictures, and I don't think people realize you're not rushing through these things because then it looks crazy. If you go, you just throw the rope on them, rush out.
Yeah.
That's gonna look wild if you just do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are always interesting to just see people either at funerals or at weddings kind of just lose their mind and not understand the order of things and how it can mess everything up. Because you'll get musicians that they don't get their cues. I did a funeral.
Right.
They never told the musician like, "Hey, can you just stay up there, just strumming the guitar and just playing something, slow." And so once I went up there, they got off, and like they blew up on them. They're like, "Hey, we didn't know. We like this is what you wanted. Nobody told us. There was there was
No
nothing."
communication. You're like, what are we doing here? Yeah.
And I felt so bad for those guys because they, the threat of like money came in and like, oh, we're not gonna pay you. You guys didn't fulfill. And I'm like, dang man,
Oh, dude,
that sucks, because it's like,
yeah.
It's not like this is your cousin who's doing you a favor or performing for you, but you hired these guys and now like they're not gonna get paid. Like that sucks. So that kind of always sucks when it gets to the finances of the whole performance thing.
Man.
Yeah.
Communication, man, it's key. It's like it's essential for most events like that, whether it's gig, funeral, wedding, no, birthday
Anything
party.
with
There's
more than one
got to be
person.
something, like
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. People don't take that into consideration. Have you guys ever experienced a Like where somebody doesn't pay?
It didn't happen to me, but it happened to someone else that performed on the same bill, and it was an interesting circumstance where so my group played, and there was a buddy of mine that they had two separate sets on the bill, but it included the same members, but it was listed as two different bands, right? And
Okay.
so, right, so it's like, let's say, just random names, but like, oh, Bobby and Jimmy are a duo, and the first slot that is up is Bobby's group, but Jimmy's backing him up. And then
Right.
later in the set, it's Jimmy's group, but Bobby's playing guitar for him, vice versa, So the event happens, and at that point with my band, we were already like pretty sure about like what to ask for, when to ask for it, like all the perfect communication. Hey, like who's providing sound? Are we providing sound? What time should we get there to set up, et cetera, et cetera. And so it was like a day or two after the event, and my buddy calls me and he's like, "Hey man, did you get paid for that thing yet?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he asked me how much, and I told him. And then he's like, "Oh, they wanted to pay us like this much," and it was like a really low amount. And I was like, "Oh, like for each set?" And he's like, "No, no, no." He's like, "Apparently they just want to treat the two different sets like it's the one set. Since we're the same two guys, and they want to pay us like it was some low. I want to say it was like, they wanted to pay us like $75, and we played 2 hours worth of music.
2 sets.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, and I kind of told him, I was like, hey man, you kind of got to like, you have to ask for that stuff before and get all that cleared out, and just like, because musicians are very afraid of asking for things. That's one thing I've noticed. Like whenever like when I was in school, people are very uncomfortable asking about pay because it's Gehrig, I'm sure like we're all kind of like a little self-deprecating where it's like someone wants to pay you for your art, and it's like, well,
the minute someone's like, "We'll pay you to do a set," I'm like, "You scamming me?"
Like, right. So it's like
you are at that like initial like,
and then once numbers are thrown out, you're kind of like, well, that's kind of low, bro. Like I think I'm worth a little more than that at least, that kind of thing. And so so cats are always afraid to be like, oh, well, like, should we ask for more? I'm like, bro, ask for more. What's the worst they can say?
Yeah, they can just tell you no.
Right. And then if they don't even want you for a gig, like it's not that deep. There'll be other gigs that you can, So I could tell like my buddy was kind of just like, oh, I don't know how to go about this. And I was like, yeah, bro, you kind of have to just take the L, but next time with other gigs, like you have to just ask
set it
before
up
in advance, clarify everything. Be like, hey, what's the dollar amount that we're getting, period, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Thankfully that hasn't happened to us. Because since me and KB do a lot of that stuff together, like we'll always both have the same questions about a given event where it's like, how long are we playing?
You've got two people helping make sure it's all going right.
Right. And you have heard stories from other people where it's like, oh, so-and-so screwed us over. So it's like, all right, noted. For any gig, ask for that or ask for this, just so.
Are the musicians that ask for like way too much money, are those guys the worst?
No, those guys are actually like they're fighting for everybody.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. Musicians don't like the guys that are cool with the little. Yeah. So like, there's like little mom and pop local gigs.
Yeah.
And some of them don't pay much, but some of them are a good time. So there's like, I think I mentioned before on the pod where it's like there are gigs where they don't pay much, but they're a good time. So you kind of you balance that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So say there's a place that only pays, I'm gonna throw out something low, like like 150 tops, right, for a whole band, which is like, that's ridiculous,
Okay. Yeah, when you're splitting it up,
right? Let's say there's 6 of you in a band and it's 150. You're like, bro, that's pennies there, that's like maybe enough for parking. The band that's okay with taking that, they're ruining it for everybody else. Because if there's another band that's like, yo, hey man, I think we're worth $100 a pop.
Because now the standard is set of what a band costs.
Right, exactly. And then that band that's willing to play for only 150. Yeah. So man, I remember like I played a wedding with this guy. This guy hired me to play a wedding, and I knew he was a full-time musician, but I didn't know what he did specifically. And I went to his house for a rehearsal. And so I was like, hey man, so what do you do like other than music, And when I got there, his wife was at the table with like a bunch of paperwork. And he's like, oh, I do music full time, but mainly I do the weddings. I do like 30 weddings a year. Like it's, and he had all the nice gear to go with it, like high quality stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what did your wife do? I saw her working on some stuff out there. He's like, oh, she she does my taxes, like so it's like a joint effort kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I found out how much he charged for the weddings, and I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, you are maintaining your whole family because you actually have a standard for yourself, and you charge X amount of dollars to do the whole wedding. Essentially, like he MCs, he plays with the band, he DJs. If the bride's walking down the aisle and she wants a specific song, he plays acoustic guitar and sings. So he just has to hire me and the drummer, and he's like, yeah, I'll throw you guys a couple $100, which is great for me too, because I showed up for like an hour and a half of music.
Right.
And so, but him, like, he's pocketing like a couple grand, and I'm like, I get it. You pulled up early with all your gear, you set it all up at both locations, the ceremony, the reception, everything. So I'm like, I totally get it.
And they're spending a lot of money to make a whole wedding happen. So if you got a guy who's like, I'll take care of all the entertainment side of it for a couple grand, you're like, sign us up. That sounds great.
Yeah, I bet the wedding planner's like say less. That's all you had to say, cool. You're gonna do both, reception and all that. So yeah, so guys like that are bold enough to ask for what they're worth, like they're fighting for everyone else that thinks they're good enough to ask for that stuff as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the preaching world is the opposite. The guy who asks for a lot ruins it for everybody else.
Because then they're like, we're not bringing you back. You guys want too much money.
Yeah, and because like those guys typically are quacks, full of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say like that's like con artist vibes. They're just like, bro, like
it's just like it's not even your own ideas, bro. Like,
you're like
you want a lot of money to come up and just say something somebody else has already said a bunch of times.
Yeah, like I think for me, that's the part that makes it hard to charge, because just fundamentally, I'm like, man, like I'm just reading off the Bible, man. I don't know if I can charge you. Obviously, I'm writing my own thoughts, and it's me.
Right.
But I don't know. The basis of it is not like.
And are there other guys that like you can easily tell you're like, bro, you changed one or two, you're plagiarizing, bro?
Oh yeah, bro.
Like you're like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. You're like when he's confronting the guy in the bar from the history books, and he's like, "Oh, I read that too. I read that exact same part." Like,
dude, really? The more you get into the preaching world, the more you realize how many of these guys like just copy paste.
Lazy.
It's rare to me, well, at least for me, I've met more guys that plagiarize than dudes that are like taking the time and working through stuff. I've met a bunch of like these guys are preaching twice a week. They're preaching at conferences, and they're just like Googling sermons left and right and taking from here, taking from there. And
right.
It's like, dang, like, but they're like doing it full time, and they're traveling, and they're getting paid good.
And someone's willing to like,
and it becomes more of about the performance than what they're saying. And because they're performing it different, it's almost like a stand-up comedian. They're performing it differently, and the hits are a little different. So you just think like, well, it sounds different. But if you pay attention, like, wait a minute, somebody else said this. And there was a dude that I would translate for. And I remember I was translating for him, and I had read a commentary like a few days before. And then he was like giving his like study, and I was translating for him. And as he was like translating, I'm like, wait a minute, I just read this.
I read this somewhere else on someone else's page. Like,
where did I read this? This is so weird. And I'm like, wait. And so I as I'm like translating, because I was like in a booth. I was in like up front with him. I was like on the side of the booth, and the people had like the
they weren't like the headset.
Yeah. And I open up the commentary, and this dude is reading word for word, like just verbatim. Like there's no exchanging of any words. And to the point where I was able to put away his study and just read the commentary. And I was like, I can't believe it. And this dude is like, this dude will have conferences. This dude is, pretty well known here in this in
the
this
region. Yeah.
And I'm
Dang.
like, dude, like what? Like, so yeah, you do get a lot of dudes, and so those type of dudes charge a lot. And it's just, and maybe because I'm younger and I'm just still like getting my feet wet, but to me, I struggle with the charging part of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense because it's
I
like,
was like, I
it's like, how do you put a price on that? You know?
yeah, like I don't know, like, and so because I did one of the last weddings I did. Um, they're like, oh, how much? And I was like, oh, it's all right. Like,
For a wedding?
You ever hit him with the? Where they're like, yo, how much do you want? And you're like, whatever you can afford, whatever you can spare. Like that's classic.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Like,
whatever you think is correct.
Yeah, whatever you got, bro.
However much you thought it was
Yeah.
worth. You just throw me that and we'll call it a day here.
And dude, and the dad of the bride pulled me aside, and he's like, no,
hey, bro,
you need to.
He's like, that's bad business right there. Charge some money.
Yeah, he's like, you need to you put your work into this. Yeah, this is you're working. You and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, and he was super generous because he's the one that ended up paying. And after the ceremony, he came up to me and he's like, you see, like that was good work. You need to charge for good work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he gave you the pat on the back, and he's like, Germ, you're worth it, bro. Like you gotta live. Like,
and it was somebody that I knew when I was young. And so I think because he said it, I was like, I think you're right. I think you're right. I need to, but it's just hard. It's hard, at least for me, like just to get over the hump of.
It's a weird line of work to be like, pay me in.
Yeah.
Because kind of the whole essence of it is anti that a little bit.
Right. I'm like, well, then I just
and I need
like,
money.
Yeah, I become like all these other guys that I despise if I start doing it. If I start just like, because they've told me that, oh, you should do business cards for kind of like a minister to hire for weddings. I'm like, no, but then I don't know. Yeah,
Turn, do it, bro. Oh, okay. I don't know if it's because I've been at it for a while, but I'm also at the stage where, like, when it was early on, we would be like, oh, whatever you can spare, or you'd be like, hey, like, what's your budget, kind of deal. Now, if someone approaches us or emails us and we don't like the number, like, we'll just aim super high, especially if it's like a wedding or something, or like
price amount.
Yeah, where it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna ask for like this crazy amount. And if they're not digging it, it's like, well, I'm gonna be like, bro, you called us. You called us. This is the price. And then you get them lower it like just square enough, and you're like, all right, I can deal with that. That's cool, Because early on it was like, dude, the amount of money you were willing to take just because you were trying to get out there, you're trying to get that exposure. And it starts to add up where you're like, dang, bro, I have to drive here. I gotta pay for parking here. I gotta eat, So it's like, all right.
Yeah.
I now don't feel as bad, and I'm like, Germ, I would have been the guy patting you on the back. I'm like, Germ, asking for this much, bro. Like they're paying. You want to hear how much they paid for the catering and for the for the venue?
I
Come
know,
on, bro.
I know.
I would have been giving you like all the dirty little facts, like, bro, hey, bro, they paid $10,000 to be in that lobby at that hotel. They can drop you.
I think they can afford.
Yeah.
My dude. God. Yeah, I know. Just I think
money's weird, dude. It's weird asking people for money, even if you're good and deserve it. It's still like a weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. Let's talk. Let's actually, before we go NBA. I didn't know you were a Sea Chickens fan.
Here we go. Here we go. I was shook too.
I was just living. Well, I'm not living my best life as a Niner fan right now, but I was just.
Are you?
I was living life, and I get this tweet, and I'm like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "What?" So Yeah, so we're like nemesis, right? Forever.
We are, and
We're gonna be
we're in
lifelong
first place.
friends.
So
I was shook when I saw that on Twitter. Bro, I was the Popeyes kid. I was like, oh snap. I was like, I didn't know that either. Dang, like, so. Good
it's
times.
I have family up in. So basically, the story is when I was a kid, I was trying to figure out my football team.
Right.
And I have family up in my dad is a Tampa Bay Bucks fan technically from back in the day, but he's very like not a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. You know, it's not like he's sitting watching any games or tapped in on what's going on. So I was like, all right, that's not. And we're hardcore Dodger fans, so I'm like, I know what it feels like to be like hardcore fandom. I'm like, yeah, he doesn't really care about that. I don't feel the need to root for his team. Mom didn't have a team, so I was like, I went to my grandparents. Grandpa locally was a Niners fan, but I was like, dang, all my friends as a kid are Niners fans because we live here. So I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. So then I went to
like, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong in life.
And win and get to see a Super Bowl in my life. Yeah. If I was a Niners fan, I never would have won a championship. So.
Hey, Germ, hey, you do that with the Kings early on.
Nothing but kicks to the nuts, huh? Nothing just kicks to the nuts if you're a Niner fan. Yeah.
Germ had an era where he wasn't a Lakers fan early on because for the same reason he wanted to be to be a contrarian. He's like, you know what? He's like, I live in LA.
living up to my last name.
Everyone's rooting for LA. He's like, I'm rooting for Sacramento.
Right. And if you're kind of late to the party, you're like, I can't just hop in where everyone else in my area is rooting for.
I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that was kind of how the Seahawk thing happened, and it stuck. So Dodgers is my hardcore fandom. That's the one I'm like last night in front of the TV yelling.
How are you doing right now?
Not great.
Yeah.
Not good. Aren't you a Dodgers fan too?
He's a Sox fan, Red Sox.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Are you a Dodger fan, David?
Yeah, but I'm kind of like your pops, just because I grew up down there.
It's like, hardcore baseball.
Yeah, and so like my dad watched the Dodgers. My dad's he's not like a diehard Dodger fan, but he has a lot of fond memories of like when he first got to the States and would go to Dodger games.
Yep.
Like he saw like Fernando Valenzuela playing all that kind of stuff. So they hold like a place in his heart.
Yep.
So for like that was enough for me, you know. But because like baseball in general, I didn't watch a lot of baseball like growing up. I was pretty much like a boxing or football guy.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's rough right now, Jerem. It's the same thing that happens to us every year. Really good regular season. You get in the playoffs and you just go, our pitching is not gonna get us there. We're having to every game is like if we don't score 5+ runs, you're just like we're not even in this.
Yeah. Right Although now. Walker Buehler has one.
He looked all right last night.
Okay after that.
Yeah, he looked okay after the Tatis home run. He started rolling kinda. So I was like, all right, that looked good, but. This doesn't feel good every year. And like Mookie finally hit one out last night, which was good, but he was 0 for 22 in the playoffs going into like it's the most. I just feel like they put on a Dodger jersey and all of a sudden all that pressure and everything is just so. It reminds me of what it reminds me of is guys who are good corner 3-point shooters going to the Lakers and then forgetting how to shoot for an entire.
Yeah.
You're like Malik Monk just went to Sacramento and was like arguably the 6th man of the year. Where what like it just feels like all the pressure's amped and certain guys it gets
that was Danny Green was one of those guys, right?
Yes, Danny Green's
I remember watching the Lakers with my brother and like he was like missing a couple shots and I was like, bro, like why is this guy? And he's like, no, he's good. He's supposed to be a good 3-point shooter. I was like, not right now. I was like, what?
He just come off the Toronto year where they'd won the finals and stuff. And you're like, yeah, Danny Green, this is a great pickup. And then just clanking 3-pointers everywhere.
Dang.
Yeah.
Trying to make it rain, bro.
But being a fan sucks, dude. Like, that's really, as I'm watching these Dodger games, like being like a hardcore fan who like cares and like lives and dies with the success of the team is really not actually like an enjoyable thing. Like I watch the NBA and I don't have that hardcore fandom and I just enjoy basketball. I just turn on a playoff game and I go, maybe I'd like that team to win a little more than that one, but for the most part, you're
just enjoying the greatest of the players. You're like, oh, this guy's doing good.
I just want to see the best guys go head to head. I want to see it close. I want to see it go down to the wire. The Dodgers, I'm like, the minute they score, I'm like, we're the greatest team ever. No one can touch us. And the minute we get scored on, I'm like, well, here we go. We're getting swept. It's
trade
all,
everybody, trade Otani, trade.
Right.
Yeah. Fire Dave Roberts. I'm like, here we go. It's time to shake the whole thing up.
Like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go set myself on fire real quick outside.
It's watching these playoffs. I'm just like, you know what? I'm kind of glad like I don't have a horse in this race.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. Like I just all day yesterday, I'm sitting around like, all right, Dodger game on at 6. Here you go. Like, it's just, I'm sitting. Megan's making dinner last night, and we're hanging out at her house, and I'm just glued to the TV, and she like says something. I'm like, like, really thinking I'm gonna have some impact by my viewership on the game.
Right. You're like edge of your seat. You're ready to stand up for any moment. You're like,
hat backwards, hat forward, jersey unbuttoned, jersey buttoned. What's working? What's not? It's just terrible. Oh. And then you lose, and you're like, none of it mattered. I should have just done something different, not been bummed out my whole night.
Damn.
That's
also when they win, it's the best. So it's
something like that. Yeah. That's how I am with the Niners in this run of just living and dying.
It's brutal.
Just I was
every injury kills you. You're just like, no.
It's like, and it's. I'm at the point though where nothing else surprises me, like when the whole like Christian McCaffrey has tendonitis in both legs. I'm like, of course he does. Because why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Like that makes sense.
I felt when our whole starting pitching rotation was down. It's like all the guys you guys signed this offseason that were supposed to be your stars, they're all hurt. Kershaw, so everyone's hurt. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's the playoffs. Of course, they're all hurt by the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then playoffs come around, should be hurt. That makes sense for us. What do we do? It's just awful.
Yeah, it's insane.
And then there's those fan base, like you get like, the Golden State Warriors when it was with KD and Steph, or the Chiefs right now, where their whole thing is like, we just win. Like, not a big deal. We just, no matter what, we don't even look good and we still win all our games.
I hate those fans because you haven't suffered enough.
No.
Like
unless you've like been a Chiefs fan for a long
way back
time.
Yeah.
See, but even it's then, like how many have they been heartbroken like that?
I'm sure if you went through their playoff history, they've had a field goal.
Yeah. I mean, they've had a few. Like they had the Colts one where they like blew a big lead with Andrew versus Andrew Luck.
Right.
But like, I'm thinking if like
they're not the Buffalo Bills.
No.
Right.
And I think that there's levels to it because all of a sudden, if you're a Chiefs fan, you've had nothing but great things. Because even when you had Alex Smith, it was like, well, it's Alex Smith. Or you had Priest Holmes a long time ago. And it was like a fun...
Right, Jamal Charles.
Yeah, but you
have always been like kind of decent my whole life. Like,
there was that era where like it was Chiefs and Texans every wild card weekend for a couple of years.
Yeah,
but you were never like,
oh, but you knew they were going to meet New England eventually, and then it was like, all right, like
Yeah, I think that places a different kind of pressure.
Right.
Where if you're, I guess Buffalo's one, even the Cowboys who've like had like horrendous losses. Even those guys, if they were to start winning, it's like, their fans have kind of like gone through it. There's so many memes now of Cowboys fans just like,
right.
Just,
there's no fan base I root for the downfall of more. There's something so fun about their fan base just losing. I don't know what that. I don't even like not like them. It's not even like there's been some big rivalry with the Seahawks. I'm like, it's just. I'm like, you guys are just such an annoying fan base.
They're like the pretty boys, just like, bro, like you guys got it nice. You guys got that money with Jerry over there.
Well, it's really and it's really like the whole like we're America's team, we're the Cowboys.
Right.
We haven't made an NFC championship game in over 25 years. You're not America's team.
Right. That's why
it's the most popular, but like.
I always wondered why they started. They would always like when I was started playing like high school ball, I would watch like the NFL Network channel, just because it's football, Right. And I'd always ask myself, I noticed I was like, why do they talk about the Cowboys like every other day, like no matter who, like even if they sucked or like they, and I was like, oh, they have that whole America's team thing going on to where they like someone just said it back in the day and it stuck. And every season, like they always talk about that.
Well, and they have the most
and
fans.
It's like, why? Yeah.
Like you go to any when the Cowboys play away, you go to that game, and it's like there's a lot of Cowboy fans.
Right.
There's truth to like they probably have the biggest fan base,
and I'm just like, damn, like they'll
but it's
talk
like,
about
shut
these
up,
guys.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of watching you guys get smacked in the first round of the playoffs. It's just stop it. Watching Dak look good all year and then be bad in the season. I'm like, knock it off.
As a Laker fan, it's hard to criticize the media because that's the Lakers in basketball.
Yeah, but the Lakers won in 2020. You guys won in
No, I know, but when like 2014, 15, when we sucked and Kobe was out.
Yeah, true. You got Robert Sacre starting, and they're like,
what's wrong with the Lakers?
Like?
And it's like, why are we? The Lakers have won 15 games. There's no need to talk about the Lakers.
Like, we know what's wrong. We see every time they play.
Like, our starting lineup is Ramon Sessions, Xavier Henry, Jody Meeks, Robert Sacre.
Xavier Henry had buddies, man. That guy could jump.
Who?
Xavier Henry, that guy could jump.
He's got an underrated dunk highlight tape. He put a lot of people on posters in a short NBA career.
Yeah, Laker legend, local Laker legend.
37 you or you 37? You 37 Laker. What's up? You know?
That guy Jordan Farmer is probably Jordan Farmer and Sasha Vujicic are the two
icons.
Yeah, in just local Laker fandom.
Or just like
we have retired their jerseys because it's like, dude, those guys are our guys forever. It's funny. So
I'll be right, gentlemen. I'll be right back. I'm getting a call from my ACL surgery tomorrow.
Go for it. Yeah. I got you. Yo, so like Benavidez, Morel, light heavyweight. What's going on, bro?
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, we'll see. Because I was just talking to Trevor too about like the like Bivol and Better Beef this weekend. So I'm like, all right, let them make the little moves. Let's see how this goes. But
yeah, it should be an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Do you see anything in the NFL this week that jumped out at you?
Me?
Yeah,
dude. Okay. The Pats and Dolphins. I was watching that and I was just like,
what an ugly game, huh?
Bro, yeah, that's one of those games where it's like if it had been like on like if it was like a Thursday night game, you're like, bro, who decided early on that this was a good idea to put on, like, bro. And then I see they're starting Drake May and I'm like you could let him hang out a little longer.
Yeah, especially with that O-line, man. I feel like
well, and the Texans have a good defense, like, bro, like
yeah.
I don't know. I saw like Dan Orlovsky was talking about it, and he's like, I don't see like the rationale behind this decision. He's like, if they're hoping that because he's more athletic, he'll run a little bit better but it's like that opens him up to getting hit like out in the open by someone else. I'm like, so
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But yeah, watching that one, I was just like, oh, this is a dumpster fire. I was like, bruh. So
that's one of those games that you get the crowd, the NFL's the best and ever. There's nothing like the NFL. That's one of those games that you kind of watch and you're like, yeah, I mean, football is the best, but let's not act like football doesn't have like
a crowd product as well a couple times a year. Yeah. No, and it's like because yeah, it's weird because like normally those games are like the
they get buried in the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and typically like bro, those are like I'm gonna be real, like those are typically like the Commanders games, you know, which not right now. Right now it's not the case, but like in years past, like like the Browns, like whenever like Browns and Bengals used to play like pre like Joe Burrow, it's like no one cares about that game. No one who's watching that,
right?
You know? Or like Bengals and Jags, or like those kind of things. But now it's like because McDaniels and Tua, even though Tua's out, but like like just.
And the Patriots still have the.
There's still some like secondhand smoking from like Belichick having been in the building recently. So it's like, oh, you can still watch the Pats.
Yeah,
but you got a young quarterback, so there's he's they're starting him this week, aren't they?
Yeah. We were just talking about that. I'm like, bro, I don't like just let him. Bro,
you guys play the Texans, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're good,
and you play someone not as good next week, right?
Yeah, but then with the Bears defense is good too, so I'm just like, bro, like just.
I would just sit them out the whole year.
I know at this point
with that O line, I just like, bro.
But if you're gonna start, but your next two are
because next week then you
Jags
get
and Jets, like those.
Yeah.
If you're gonna start him, like do the Jags, do the Jets.
Right,
Not even
right,
the
yeah.
Jets defense is kind of good, but like the Jags to me was the perfect spot. Like the Jags suck this year. Throw them in there.
Yeah, Jags got enough self-esteem edges where
and
you
it's
can
in
like
London.
do something.
I think that's a London or
Yeah.
Germany game. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe you don't want to have his first start being like all that weird circumstance of
Yeah,
going
all that
across
extra
the pond.
traveling and they're serving you like biscuits, but it's actually a cookie when it shows up to you. And you're
Yeah,
like,
it's
"What
like
is this?"
French fries with beans on it.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
what?
Oh, see, bro, the beans
You're
on
like,
toast,
this is the best thing ever. You're
bro.
like,
No one.
there's
And I've heard.
gravy and beans on French
my
fries. That
gosh.
looks awful.
Have you guys heard Patty Pimblett talk about American Breakfast, the UFC fighter?
No.
What's he say? It's like bad.
He's like, bro, American breakfast is like terrible. And we're like, have you seen that you guys put beans on toast? You're like, that's, and they're sweet beans. They're not even the good like Mexican style beans. I'm like, what are you doing with that, bro? I'm like, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet
Yeah.
beans on toast.
yeah.
And you don't like what you don't like the chorizo breakfast burrito we made over here? Get out
Yeah,
of
exactly.
here,
Bro, pancakes
Get
and
all the
bro,
way out
come
of here.
on. Yeah, I love those clips of like I don't know what the channel's called, but those two British dudes that just they either themselves eat American cuisine or they feed it to like British high schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like living, like they try like a Popeye's chicken sandwich and they're like, oh my, a seasoning. Oh my gosh, where they give them biscuits and gravy and they think the gravy looks terrible because they're used to like brown gravy.
Right.
And they're like, oh no. And then they try it and they're like, oh my gosh. And it's like, yeah, because you guys don't put anything else in your freaking food, dude. So
you don't like our breakfast, dude? You ever tried a chicken fried steak, bro?
yes. Come on.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So, but yeah, I started starting him, and I was like, no, I was like,
yeah, I don't like him starting against the Texans either. Texans kind of rolling right now.
Yeah,
Such a tough move.
At least I guess it's funny though, David. You said the thing about like all the bad teams back in the day and how there would be. Who are those now? Like, who are those teams now that if they're matched up, you're just like, nah, I don't need to red zone watch that. I think
the Jaguars are in there.
I do. The Trevor Lawrence thing is going as bad as it could go, right? Is that
the Browns still the Browns?
Yeah, yeah. They're the Deshaun Watson thing is.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, all right. I was like, wasn't this guy like
the Titans with Mr. Mayo?
Dude, I can't. Mr. Mayo,
bro. Mr. Mayo. It took me a minute. I was like, no, you're right. He does that with the coffee. That's so weird.
The first 2 weeks of the pictures of him where he's throwing like the backwards lateral interception, and then the other one, well, he had two that went viral. The pictures where you're just like, bro, you shouldn't have one of those your whole career. A picture that looks like that. You got two.
His coach just like yelling at him. It's just like it's just hilarious. Just
it feels like a high school football team. Like, we have this guy. He's a pretty good athlete, and he can spin it. He can throw it far, and he's big and strong.
Just let him go out there and zing it.
Yeah, and he got to make some bad decisions, and when he does, I'll scream at him. It's like an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, it's ridiculous watching that guy. Yeah, so Titans, I think,
who drafts quarterbacks next year. To me, that's always the who going into next year is looking for a quarterback. The Panthers.
You think the Panthers.
It was devastating for them because you're 2 years removed from the number 1 overall draft pick, but they're going to have to get one.
You'd go Panthers, Raiders.
I was going to say Raiders, yeah.
Browns, I guess.
Yeah, they have to.
Giants, yeah.
Probably done with Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
That one's like long overdue. We're like, bro.
Kinda, yeah.
Saints, yeah.
Saints probably. Carr's been okay, but it's just like it's the classic Derek.
It's like it's Carr, like yeah.
Yeah, you're like
Derek Carr is the guy that every time I watch him, I'm just like, dude, this guy sucks, man. Like this guy, it just like, and I there's worse quarterbacks than him, but he's every time I see him, I'm just like, dude, like you suck, dude. Like, God, you suck so much. It's he reminds me of just like I don't know what it is. I just watch him and I just think I can't believe there's a worse quarterback than this guy. Just what he does. He had the terrible pick against KC where he kind of goes back and he just lobs it. And I'm just like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, what are you doing? It just, I can't, I hate Derek Carr. Just because I think he sucks. He sucks so much. Like,
hey, this is maybe the strongest opinion I've seen Jeremy
I know.
in all my visits to the pod. He's like, bro.
I realized on
Told me
Monday,
for a
I'm like,
long
I hate
time.
watching Derek Carr play football. I can't do it. He's just so frustrating to watch.
He does feel like the guy where if you have Derek Carr, you're signing yourself up for 8 and 9. You know, you're setting yourself up for like a pretty 9 and 8, 8 and 9, 7 and 10 kind of year. You're never gonna be like they started 2-0 this year and looked great, and everyone's like getting excited, like, oh, maybe the Saints are the surprise team, and you just kind of knew the whole time, like, they'll regress to the middle pretty quickly here. Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, one of my friends said that he's it's almost like he realized he was Derek Carr after they started
he was like, oh, I forgot my bad.
Wait, I'm Derek Carr. And he just like reversed back to
he's like, let me chill out. Let me not do too much.
It was so funny. And the Niners and the Seahawks, the Niners have the most important game. This is the season right here. If we lose on Thursday, pack it up. It's over. It's over. Just that would have been 3 division losses. 4.
Yeah, that's tough. I was like, what are you talking? I'm like, you guys will be 2 and 4. You'll be fine. You can say, but the all those division losses, that's just tough to come back from this early in the year.
It's just over.
And then you have the Chiefs the following weekend too. Shoot, yeah, it could go. Yeah,
we get Chiefs and then we get Dallas, and Dallas is, I guess, kind of easier, but you never know. Those guys have been wanting to beat us for a while now. So
yeah, I feel like you don't need to worry about that, but you're a fan, so you should worry. But I'm like, well, you're not losing to the Cowboys. The Cowboys suck.
Well, I mean, I didn't think we are going to lose to the and this terrible Rams team. And
the Rams one was the bad one. The Cardinals are kind of, to me, are like that like tricky team that probably won't make the playoffs, but could be anyone on any given week just because.
And they always play us tough at home. Always.
Yeah. They've always been a team when the Seahawks play them. I'm like, we should beat them, but like they're just always. Kyler's good, man. Kyler is a good quarterback. Like it's a little up and down, but when he's good, he's really good. So if you get him on a week where he's rolling, he's tough to beat.
Yeah, I feel like you guys' whole division is like that because I've heard Germ talk about that vibe with the Seahawks. Like back in the day, it's like
that's what we were. We used to be like we should beat them, but they suck to play. They're well coached and pretty competent.
It's funny because like my little brother started watching after all the Seahawks success, and I get super tense when it's Seahawks, and
and he's like, why?
And he's like, dude, we beat those guys all the time. And I'm like,
you're like, not like you weren't there. Like,
yeah, and it's weird because the Seahawks have that with the Rams. The Rams just beat the Seahawks.
Yes.
I'm just like, how? Like, how does that happen? And it's just hilarious, just like that the exchange of if we play the Rams, I'm like, yeah, I think we got them. And we play the Seahawks, I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah,
anything can happen, and we're probably gonna lose because it's just the way it goes. But yeah, I'm really nervous for Thursday, just because defense doesn't look great, and everything's just a mess.
Ayuk got rolling this past week, though. That was good for you because he'd been struggling. Needed him to. I mean, I paid him all that money, and then he looked terrible to start. So him going's a good sign.
Yeah,
Jordan Mason is you guys just are the king of running backs, dude. Like it doesn't matter what running back you get, they just end up being like a top 5 running back.
Shanahan could get one of us, and we'd like.
I swear, I'm like, I think I could run for 5 yards a game in Shanahan's offense.
Yeah.
Like I think he's just that good at scheming up run offense. It's ridiculous.
Man. And Seattle looks good.
A little, but we're also, I'm going to just, I'm biased. We're a little fraudulent for sure. I was talking a lot in the first 3 weeks when we went 3-0 because I was like, this is probably as good as it's going to get here. I don't think were this team. So I'm like, I'm gonna ride this out and talk like we're a Super Bowl contender. But yeah, I mean, dude, we lost to the freaking Giants. You know, that just doesn't. The Lions loss I can take. Lions are good. 42-29. We scored.
Right.
A couple stops, goes different way. I can live with that. Losing to the Giants on a blocked field goal makes me feel not good moving forward.
That was the only silver lining out of Sunday for me.
Was that they lost like that? It was like, oh, Seahawks might not be good, actually.
Well, because it kind of went from like, God, we're screwed to, well, if we win on Thursday, we're first in the division.
Oh, and the favorites to win the division all like again right away. I mean,
yeah,
easy.
and it's just like if we go to and it's in Seattle, so we don't have to go there again.
Right.
Like it might not be all that bad, but
yeah, I would say this would be a lot bigger win for you than for the Niners than for the Seahawks. Because the Seahawks lose and they're like, okay, we can still be a wild card too. I think their path is probably more likely like we're a wild card team,
100%.
you know.
Yeah.
So where the Niners, it kind of feels like if the Niners lose this game, it's like, are they making the playoffs this year? Or is this just like the season from hell year that teams have after they lose the Super Bowl sometimes where just it goes wrong for whatever reason. It just does sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like this team has to kind of hang on until everyone gets rolling. Not even the return of Christian McCaffrey, but I just think we're gonna hit our stride. But
you have too much talent, you got to think.
Yeah, and but to me, it's like, man, are we gonna be in good enough position where it matters? Kind of like the Bengals. The Bengals are 1-4.
And they look good. Their offense does at least.
And it's like, well, they're gonna have to win their next 3 games to kind of get back in it. But if they lose another one, it's probably, even if they get rolling, it might be too late.
Yeah, the Bengals are the one that I'm like, I think if they lose one more, if they lose next week, I think I'm pretty close to being like, I just don't think it's can happen.
Yeah.
The percentage of teams that have made the playoffs after starting 0-2 is like minuscule. So to start 0-3 and then go to what are they 1-4 now?
Yeah.
It's like it would be very surprising. I feel like it would, but also Burrow is awesome and their offense looks great, but they can't stop anyone. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a interesting just place that the NFL is in right now because there's nobody that's really, really good.
No, there's not.
And I think the best team that has looked the best has been the Vikings.
Yeah.
But even the Vikings, we're looking at them, you're like, dude, it's Sam Darnold, bro. Like,
yeah, right. The one I've heard people say is they're like, do the confetti test. They're like, can you close your eyes and see Sam Darnold having confetti poured over him and him holding up the Super Bowl MVP trophy? Not really.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone realistically seeing that.
And even the
Chiefs wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And even the Chiefs, you look at them and you're like, dude, like they're not that good, but they're winning.
Yeah. They to me are just like they're starting to feel very like Patriots dynasty when the Pats would have years where it's like their offense isn't even, they have no one but Brady's back there and then their defense is good. So you just kind of feel like they're probably gonna win because the defense is gonna keep it close.
Well, that's been the thing like the last couple of years. You're like, oh, like they're done, and then they get to the playoffs and play the Bills, and it's just like, oh no, they're still the Chiefs, and you're like,
yeah. After last year, I'm like, I just won't with them. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, they're done this year. I just won't do it. Like, they looked so bad last year and then just rolled. Yeah. Where I'm like, I'm not doing it. But they don't look great. That's for sure. No. Like, it's interesting because I'm like, who's the MVP right now?
Oh yeah.
Darnold. It's not Mahomes. Probably couldn't give it to Lamar. Lamar's had a pretty good year, but like they started bad.
Man,
I know that's what, like, it goes into your point of like there's not really like some good team. It doesn't feel like we've had anything established of like, like last year was like pretty early. It was like, oh, Baltimore looks like it might be like Lamar might get the MVP again. Baltimore they're going to be really good this year. Everything's the first 3 weeks is like, oh, Josh Allen, it's going to be the Josh Allen year, and then they get smacked by the Ravens and then lose to the Bengals, and you're just or who they just lose to Houston.
Texans.
Yeah. And it's like maybe Stroud.
Yeah, maybe they're 4-1.
They're 4-1. His numbers are like decent-ish. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like anyone's putting up crazy enough stats to be running away with it yet. Mahomes is 6 picks, 6 interceptions right now.
Yeah. It does feel like this could be the year where the Chiefs get the number 1 seed, do the whole thing, and then because they're not that good, I could see them lose in the playoffs, kind of like the Patriots Ravens that one year where Rice just kind of
like 2009, I think. Maybe?
Yeah, and Ray Rice just like ran crazy on them, and it was just like we knew the Patriots weren't that good, but it's like, well, we got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
For the Patriots, yeah.
And when they lost, they're like, well, yeah, they weren't that good this year, and it kind of made sense. And I could see that happening to the Chiefs, where they're good enough to pull these games out, but they'll get into the playoffs, and somebody would just kind of just punch them in the mouth, and you realize like, yeah, they don't got to punch back this year,
right?
And it might happen, or they can just win 3 straight, and we're just kind of like, dang, I guess Mahomes will catch Brady, I guess.
It does feel like if they win this one, then that conversation does start to become very realistic. I think it's realistic now, but I think it becomes almost like if you're a betting man, you're betting that he's going to maybe catch him.
Right. Yeah.
He does. 4 in your first 8 years or whatever is pretty insane. In the first 3-peat ever, it's like, all right, we're on a different kind of trajectory here.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the crazy stat I heard the other day. Their defense hasn't given up 30 points. They've been under 30 points every game since the Eagles Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, and that's the crazy thing, that they're now winning with their defense.
It's their defense. They win off their defense, and then their quarterback's he's turned into like like I said, it reminds me of the Pats. It's like, yeah, this quarterback's really good, but he can also just be like the most elite game manager and just kind of like pick all the spots. And like if he throws it, and even right now he's throwing a lot of picks, but it's like he always throws them when it never really seems to hurt him that bad. He never throws a crucial late game pick. It's always like first quarter he takes a shot downfield trying to get someone.
Yeah, their defense is probably the best defense in football right now.
I think so. I think that's like, and I think because we're all like so used to what it looked like at the beginning of their run, that it's like when their offense isn't incredible, you're like, they're not that good this year. But it's like maybe they just have a decent offense and their defense is incredible, and that's the formula for them right now.
Yeah. Well, I remember in the Super Bowl, when we did the Super Bowl preview, I told David that the Niners need to make it a high scoring game, because I don't think the Chiefs can
they don't have much firepower, on offense. I mean,
and their defense just didn't let it happen.
Yeah,
because you do think like man, like if you're able to get to 25, I don't know if the Chiefs can get to 26. I just don't just how their offense works.
Yeah, just no weapons. I mean, you're relying on 40-year-old Travis Kelce, and
I just wonder, are you able to scheme it in a way where you get that many points on that defense? And you probably have to do it very early, because their defense gets better as the game gets rolling, and so you almost have to be Dan Campbell level of aggressive.
Yeah.
First half, like we're going for every 4th down. We need to get to 28 points at halftime, which sounds insane, but you almost have to work with that mentality of, if they're going to beat us, they're going to have to beat us with their offense, because
Lions almost might be the best matchup for them, simply because of that, of like they're just going to be foot on the gas.
They
have enough offensive firepower. They got a lot of weapons. I think you have to get a team that has the ability to put up 45, I feel like, to get up.
Yeah, because what's interesting about the Shanahan-McVay game plans is they're great on offense, but they're not aggressive at all.
No.
And even like, what's his name? Reed. Reed is a great offensive play caller, but he's not aggressive at all. and you almost need the super aggressive coach to come at them to force
to
them
match those. If you're
Right.
not going to be as like tactical and as brilliant as those guys are, then you need to just be like, I'm the run through the wall guy, and we're going to be tougher, and we're going to take more chances, and I'm going to fake punt here, and I don't care.
Yeah.
And he's the guy to do. He's very much the guy to do that off 3,000 milligrams of caffeine over there, just backed up.
Yeah. Yeah, because the game plan for Brady was always keep him off the field.
Yep.
And I think with Mahomes, you almost have to do it where you want him to have a bunch of possessions, just because I don't think this offense is good enough for him to constantly replicate touchdown after touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, with Rashee Rice out and Pacheco out, it's like there's really nothing. They're using a white running back, never good sign unless it's Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
So like the fact that's your starting running back right now is a white guy with surfer hair. I'm like, that's not strong. And then Worthy's had to turn, like they're trying now. He's gonna be what, your number one, the rookie who's like 5'9" and $150. Like he's gonna be. It just seems. I mean, or Juju's gonna be your number one now. Like it's just the weapons are very limited. It seems like.
Yeah. Well, and then speaking of white guys, did you guys see Riley Moss from the Broncos? First white cornerback to get an interception.
Interception. Let's go, baby.
White guys are back.
Who's that? Who's that white?
Are back,
bro. Who was that dude out of was it Iowa? A white corner?
Yeah, Cooper DeJean or whatever, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I was like, huh. I was like, okay. I was like,
and then Cooper Flagg is going to join the NBA soon, and he's going to be the best guy, dude. It's about to be a white guy.
White boy summer.
Back, yeah. They're about to start trending. Chet might turn into
that might be good, bro.
Dude, this is time. It's time. They're back. The white guy athlete is back.
Oh my god.
Cooper and Chet are exciting too, because it's like that's not even like a European white guy where we don't really like.
It's like a white American white.
That's like the best we've had my whole lifetime. Really was like Gordon Hayward. Like that's
Kevin Love, maybe.
K-Love would be the bet probably Kevin Love, because he was going like 25 and 12 down in Minnesota for a while.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. It's like the best white guy for my career, for my life, was a guy that couldn't make the playoffs as the best guy on a team. So it's like it hasn't been a great representation.
Yeah,
but Cooper Flagg looks legit. That dude is. I'm sold on him. When I saw the clips of him at the Olympics, just going head to head with all the Olympic guys, I was like, yeah, he doesn't look scared. He doesn't look too concerned with the fact that's Drew Holiday trying to pick his pocket right now. He's just going right at him.
The great American hope. I'm here for it. I'm here for stuff like that. I love the racially funny stuff, because
it's the
we often think it, but nobody
racial tension in America.
Yeah, he's gonna solve racism by himself. He's gonna unite everybody.
Trump and Kamala are just gonna dap on stage after Cooper gets his first bucket. Everyone's like, "We're good, dude. We're all good. We can all get along."
Chill, dude. Breathe, bro.
They're gonna be like the Bloods and Cribs. We're okay. We're one nation.
Cooper Flag in the middle, and they're both holding it. Like, we have hope, America.
Oh my god, that's the best.
What meme did I send you that had that the Bloods and Crips thing? What was it? Or was it Canelo and Marquez? Like
I think so.
Like hating on Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the best. The NBA is coming back in a few weeks.
It is crazy. We're already here. It feels like it happened fast.
It's so nuts. Last Friday when the first piece of the game started, I'm like, dang, like we're already
on the court already. Like I literally pulled up my phone and saw a clip of a cat shooting a 3 in a Knicks jersey. I'm like, already that we're there? Okay.
Yeah, it's so nuts.
I think the Olympics make it when you are in, because we had basketball interest for longer, and now it feels like that just ended. So now it's like, dang, the season started super quick this year.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do you think of the new look Knicks?
I tentatively like it. I think because the way I'm looking at it is like, okay, you lose DiVincenzo, that's a bummer, but you're basically replacing him with Bridges because you didn't have Bridges last year, and Bridges is better. So I'm like, okay, you'll take that, I guess, if that's the trade-off. And Bridges is a good shooter too, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, and then you lose Randall, and Randall wasn't even playing with you in the playoffs. So it's like that's not really even an impact on what we think you guys could be and what we saw in the playoffs. To me, the biggest thing is I really liked Hartenstein for them last year. I thought he was I think he's going to be a great. I think OKC that might be the best pickup of the whole offseason, honestly, because I think he fits
perfect. Him and Caruso, yeah.
Like him and Chet side by side. He's a big body that can guard other bigs. He guarded Embiid for a whole series, but he can finish plays. He's good around the rim. He's got good touch. He can pass. He can dribble a little. Like he's got skills where I'm like he fits in any offense. And the defensive thing with Cat is what scares me the most. Is like you now have this like elite defensive. I mean, Brunson's not elite on defense, but you're 2, 3, and 4. You're going Hart, Anunoby, Bridges. It's like all really good defenders. So your wing situation is great defensively. Yeah. Probably like almost on tier with Boston type, but you have no shot blocking.
Right.
And what I think teams will do to them in the playoffs is, all right, Brunson's not that great of a defender. Cat's not that great of a defender. We're just going to put him in 1-5 pick and rolls all series long and make Hart and Bridges and Anunoby kind of just stand and watch.
Right.
And so to me, that's what makes me nervous. That being said, you just added a big who can shoot 40% from 3 and can get you on a bad season is going to average 20 and 10 probably. So from that perspective, it's like talent-wise, now you have almost as talented of a starting 5 as anyone in the league. Like you almost go toe-to-toe with Boston 1 through 5, I would say.
Yeah. I do wonder
quite, but...
Right. I do wonder if Thibodeau is able to turn Towns into Chris Bosh when he went to Miami. Because
guard and shoot threes.
Right, because
we don't need you doing stuff off the dribble. We don't need you posting up. We don't just average 18 a game off catch and shoot threes and guard.
Right, because Chris Bosh, when he was with Toronto, they had the worst defense in basketball.
He was looked at as probably a liability. He got to Miami, he became the anchor of the Miami defense.
Yeah, and so I wonder if they're able to do that with all those wings that can play defense.
Yeah, hopefully that I gotta think that's their hope. That's got to be what they were looking at. Like we're so good defensively on the wing, if we can just get Cat to buy in and just block a couple shots and like just be in the right spot.
Yeah.
But they're all in now. My other issue with it a little is sometimes I do feel like when you're a team like the Knicks were last year and you like kind of had that little surprise run and you almost made the conference finals, shaking the snow globe that much in the offseason when you actually had a team that looked like they were progressively getting better and building towards something, I'm like, I think you made upgrades everywhere. So I don't think it'll be too bad. But also it's like it could just be one of those things where now your chemistry's all out of whack because you made too many moves. And Cat's just a weird one. Like you're telling me you can't see a world where Cat has a great year and you get to the playoffs and in the first round he just is Cat and just is nervous and weird and gets 4 fouls in the first quarter and can't play and you're like, yep, this is the Cat experience.
Right. Or he can't handle New York.
Yeah, just the pressure of it and just the criticism that you're going to get every night and all that. It's like he's been able to just kind of be his weird Cat self chilling in Minnesota his whole career. You can't do that in New York.
No, not at all. So that's going to be an interesting team to watch all year. Minnesota, who got different. I don't know if they got better, but they're different now. They're built different now because before they were built to beat Denver.
Now they're built to beat Oklahoma or Dallas.
Yeah. And
I like what everyone said this move said we're not scared of Denver anymore.
Yeah.
We're scared of the other teams, that we're scared of the Celtics and teams like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I the thing that makes me nervous about their team is Randall, just because it's a contract year.
Yeah.
He's such a
ball stopper,
yeah
ISO-centric kind of
super
player. It's like,
moody, and he could like definitely deflate the entire locker room if he's like upset with his touches or.
yep.
And so I could, and maybe they move him in December and they just get him out of there. But he's the guy that I look at. I'm like, man, like, are you gonna be cool with being second or third guy that they go to, or even coming off the bench? Like, what if they just go small and they bring him off the bench with DiVincenzo? Are you gonna be good with that? And I don't know. That's the guy that I look at. I'm like, you could totally sink the team with your attitude.
Yeah. And then there's the other situation where he hasn't played in a year and he's sat and reflected on how everyone's talked, and he comes in and has an awesome year with Minnesota, and he's 18, 8 boards and 5 assists, and he plays his role perfect, which I'm
Why?
sure what they're hoping for. But if you're a betting man, you kind of probably lean more towards, yeah, this might not work.
Yeah, especially because I would like to see Nas Reed in the starting lineup.
I'm with you there. Like I thought if you're gonna trade Cat, you should have tried to get back like a point guard or maybe a 3 or something. Like you should. I don't think you, because I like Nas Reed. Like I think Nas Reed can start, and
Yeah.
you could just do what you did with Cat and Gobert and do it with Nas Reed and Gobert, because Nas Reed offers all, he can shoot threes, put it on the floor. Like he can kind of do all the same stuff Cat can do realistically.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wonder if they would start him and kind of bring Randall off the bench. But then I don't know. I don't know if Randall's makeup is good enough to handle.
Yeah, and he gets paid a lot of money still. It's like one of those, like, are you gonna have that max contract coming off your bench? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's not even a coaching thing. The owner's just like, bro, we pay that dude a lot of money. Get him on the court.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's gonna be an interesting team. I think Dallas got, I don't even know. I'd like to think better, but
It didn't get worse.
yeah, I think they probably stayed the same at best.
Yeah.
Denver got worse.
Denver got worse for sure. That's because the KCP, right?
The P's gone. Jamal Murray, who the hell knows what happened to that guy?
I look bad in the Olympics. I would be nervous if I was a Denver fan.
And they just gave him a bunch of money.
They did. That's so scary. Pay someone a shitload of money, and then immediately the next basketball you see him play, he's awful.
You're like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
I'm hoping that's just because it was international basketball and the rules are a little different.
They're bringing in Russell Westbrook, and we've seen this movie already.
Yeah, it's just so risky. There's a chance it's a good off the bench thing, but there's more of a chance that it's detrimental.
I'm not ready to kind of like stand on this. I could see a world where they miss the playoffs.
Denver.
Where they just have the year from hell.
Oh, that would be nutty.
And it's just like they miss the playoffs altogether. And we're just like, what the hell happened to Denver? And they trade Porter and they kind of have to start all over next year. I just don't like what's coming out of there. I know Jokic will be fine, but it is alarming to me how different it is, his attitude at least, when he plays with his national team and when he plays with Denver.
Wasn't that crazy?
It's like
he does like basketball and he does have fun doing this. Maybe just not with who he's surrounded by right now.
It was the most interesting thing, at least for me, of the entire Olympics.
Yeah.
He wins bronze, and he's more happy to win bronze with Serbia than he was to win a title.
By far more happy.
Like and everybody's seen the clip of like, oh, there's the parade, and he's like, when, like what? Like I just want to go home. And he wins bronze, and he's acting like the greatest day of his life. And I'm just like, dude, do you hate living in Denver or something? Like, what's?
I think he might just hate America. I think he might just be like, bro, I want to race horses in Serbia. That's what I want to do. And every year I have to come over here for like 9 months and kick everyone's ass. And all I want to do is race horses. I was talking to my buddy about it the other day. I'm like, I think we're like, he could be like 2-3 years away from just retiring and being like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool. I'm 3 MVPs, got a championship, bunch of money. I'm fine. I don't need to do this till I'm 40.
Yeah, I do wonder though if he's a guy. If you're Denver, I wonder if he's the type of guy that you would kind of have to ask him, like, hey, like, do you want us to bring somebody? Do you want us to sign one of your Serbian teammates? Just for you to like be happy?
They 100% should do that. Like,
You
who's
know,
your
like,
best friend on the Serbian team? Do you want him to be on this team all year?
yeah, like do a Thanasis move.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a great call.
Yeah, like Giannis is happy with his brother here. You know what? Like, the guy that would take his spot isn't going to play anyway. So, yeah, you want your brother here? Cool. I wonder if that's what Denver should do. Like, just ask him, like, hey, like, who's the guy that you would love to have here with you? Because I might be making too much of this, but it's just crazy how happy he was over there. Because our entire thing was like what you said, like, oh, he doesn't like basketball. No, he loves basketball. He just doesn't love basketball maybe here in America or with Denver or something. But the guy clearly loves basketball.
No, he does for sure. That was the cool thing to see is I was like, okay, he's not because sometimes I'm like, dude, I don't want my best basketball player in the world to be a guy who I don't even feel like likes basketball. Like that's kind of whack to me a little bit. Like I want my best player to be Kobe, to be Jordan, to be LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, damn, they're upset. This is their life. They're obsessed with this.
Yeah.
And like this guy's like, I hate that I have to go to a parade. So
for winning, it's like we won.
For winning, for literally accomplishing the greatest goal you can accomplish in the sport. And he's like, God, this sucks. Like, I don't love that.
I wonder if it's a foreign thing.
I kind of think it is because sometimes even like you see him, he goes up to Luca and he like when he runs into Luca, he's like dapping Luca and they're like tickling each other and he's all like happy and they're goofing around. I'm like, maybe he's just like more comfortable with like some of the foreign homies and he's like just there's like a big cultural difference and he's like I had to hang out with all these teammates and none of us have any similarities in anything.
Right.
I just it's not that. And then he goes to Serbia and he's like I play the sport I love and we're all the same and we all kind of culturally have the same jokes and sense of humor and it's just easier. Yeah, I was telling my buddy, I'm like, I could see him being a guy that like retires from the like wins an MVP, retires from the NBA, and then plays like another 10 years in like a random Serbian league where
he never comes back to America. Yeah.
Yeah, where he treats it like it's like a men's league. They're like, yeah, he doesn't show up for any of the practices and he misses 1 game a week, but he usually shows up to 2 of the games and he's always our best player, so we're just fine with it. He's 45 and he averages 30 a game, and he's just gonna be fat running around just like I'm Jokic.
Yeah, and he's more happy to win that title than he is about
exactly. You see him win the 3B Serbian League Pro Division Championship, and he's just chest bumping and popping champagne.
He's doing the Kobe like just jersey,
standing on the top of the scores board, pointing at the fans. You're like, you didn't even care when you won the NBA championship. All right.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever seen his disposition in any other athlete in any sport.
No.
And so I do wonder if it's just a foreign thing. In baseball, you kind of get it with the Hispanic guys when they do something because it doesn't mean as much to them. It's just like whatever. Like I remember Melky Cabrera won All-Star Game MVP. And he was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like it's
right,
cool.
Right. Yeah, I don't build. I feel like sometimes for the foreigners, it's like, bro, the awards and stuff are not what matter. The biggest thing was me getting into this league and making enough money that I could
Does
live
the All-Star
on.
MVP come with a bonus check?
Oh, yeah, it's like if it doesn't, then
because I think they get
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of that comes right now. It's like now that I'm here, now it's just a game. Like it's a game anywhere that I played it my whole life. Like it's just not gonna be this thing that I kill myself over. Like the thing that I was ready to kill myself over was not being able to eat.
Getting here.
This is what got me to get here and eat now. So I'm good.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation with someone about when Robinson Cano and Melky Cabrera, they got tagged with steroids. And they're like, oh, how can they do that? Like they ruined their legacy.
You were talking to me about it, I think, on the
pod. I was saying
pod.
this person, I was like, dude, these guys don't care about that legacy. They're here to get paid.
Yeah, legacy is not even that's like a very like American. You grew
Right.
up watching these leagues your whole life, so you've been taught the history of legacy and that you got to do this amount of stuff to become this tier of legend and blah blah blah. And that's all like very just embedded in our viewership of sports growing up. Like I knew, but what I mean, Jordan basketball, Jordan's the GOAT, Kobe's close, LeBron's catching him. Like that was all early. Like you can feel that and learn that. And if you're not coming from that and you don't care, you're just okay. All I'm trying to do is make money, dude. And be good. I want to be good, but I don't care if me being good makes some random guy on his couch think I'm now the fourth best second baseman of all time. That just doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer because as a sports fan, you want it to matter to all of them and you want all of them to have that Kobe thing where it's like, I want to be the best ever. But then you also have to realize every league's got 400 plus guys in it, and it wouldn't work if all 400 guys were wired like that. You need your D'Angelo Russells and your J.R. Smiths and you just need all these different that's what makes sports so cool and what makes it work.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think I've ever heard Luka say like, I want to be the greatest of all time.
No, they don't do it. The foreign guys never come out and say stuff like that. They're just, you're not brought up like that. Also, probably because it's like realistically not very team oriented to say that. And they grow up in a very much more like team culture over there, not AAU, not like Ball is Life mixtapes. It's all very like team basketball. So then to be like, why does it matter if I think I'm the best basketball player in the world? Does that help? That doesn't make my team win necessarily. So that's a pretty like meaningless title. But for Americans who grew up the way we did the whole, that's like, no, bro, that's the title. Like if you can be called the best player in a league, you're the best player in the world. That's the coolest thing ever. And Luka's like, sure. Right. Like it just doesn't do it for them.
Yeah. So Denver got worse.
Feels like
significantly worse.
It's brutal. I'm so ready for them to just tank the whole thing and start fresh so I can root for them again. Because I'm down to root for it, but this I can't. It's not even like, oh, we're bad, so I'm not rooting for it. It's just so like, it's just shameful management, I feel like, of how everything got handled. It's like you let go of Paul George, but kept Kawhi, but Paul's been the one that's been healthy and actually has done stuff for us. And then we signed Harden to more money, but Harden is getting worse every year, and nobody in the league other than us would pay him that contract. So what are we doing?
And then all the conversation that came out of there, like Kawhi kind of being like, well, I didn't depend on Paul George. You had Norman Powell do the whole like it's addition by subtracting. And it's just like, that's weird. And then Kawhi's press conference where he's like, no, I'm healthy. I'm going to play. And I was like, bro, you went to Team USA and you got kicked out.
Yeah. They literally said, you don't look healthy enough to play.
Yeah. Like you're telling me you're going to play a full season in the NBA. And I think all of it is because they have the new arena. They got to sell the tickets. But and the disastrous thing for them as well is OKC can switch picks with them this year. And so the Clippers don't even have the incentive to be bad and tank for a top pick.
No, it's awful. It's the worst case scenario you could have. Because they could just be terrible this year and then OKC could get a top 5 pick.
Yeah. We're about to get James Harden in Houston ball again. Where he's like,
yeah, did you hear his thing? I can't stand him, dude. The fact he's like, after all those years of it not working, him being worse than ever before, he's like, watch the finals last year. My takeaway is that exactly how I played in Houston is the right way because look at what Luka did. And it's like, no, brother, no.
What's funny is that all of us were like, man, Luka needs help, man. Luka can't do it alone.
Yeah, they need to stop playing so
like,
isocentric. That's why Boston beat them.
Yeah,
He's like, they got there. They made the finals.
Yeah, that's
he's definitely in his brain. He's like, we're Houston Harden right now.
Right. It worked. It worked. Yeah, that's funny. In the East, Boston is dangerous because they're coming off a title, one, but two, they are coming back feeling disrespected in every
season. Which is very rare as the defending champ to be like, nobody believes in us.
Right. And it's the Tatum benching in the Olympics, which is overblown. He couldn't hit a shot. That's why he was benched.
Yeah.
You get the weird Jaylen Brown. He was kept off, and he's like doing the whole conspiracy thing.
The Nike thing. It's because I'm with Adidas, blah, blah, blah.
And then you get so you get all of that. You get, and then everyone they played was injured. And so get, so everyone's like, well, yeah, but you played everyone that you played, they were hurt. So you didn't even face the best teams. It's a lot very similar to when the Warriors won their first title.
Same vibes, totally.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, but LeBron didn't have anybody. But I think this team is more mature and deeper than that Warriors team. And all of a sudden, I'm like, man, these guys are probably gonna rattle off another 65 wins and run the East again, just because they're so pissed off at everybody.
Yeah. They get to come back into the off season, and Missoula gets to be like, we have a lot to prove, which is just like a tough thing you don't usually get to do after you win 65 games and run to a title with realistically like not a lot of pushback, honestly, the whole run. It's like one of the more dominant. They just kind of beat everyone pretty easily. And then it ended and everyone's like, that was stupid. We hated that champion. Like, I feel like they were so good. And it was like, everyone was kind of like, I didn't enjoy that at all. That was not fun.
Yeah, and then Missoula is doing the whole, we're not the defending champions, we're the attacking champions. And it's like, oh, God, here we go.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, I like
that's
that.
Aggressive.
Gross.
I hate that, but I like that.
Yeah, it's super corny, but if you have Derek White and Drew Holiday as your backcourt, I'm like, I kind of believe you a little bit.
So he's definitely feeding it. He's definitely doing all that. And then you get Milwaukee, who I don't like at all.
It's tough.
Middleton is still hurt, year older. Giannis is still Giannis. And I've been out on Dame for a while, and he's older, he's small, and I just don't think that works in the playoffs because you're just going to get attacked over and over again. Doc Rivers is a good regular season coach, but we've seen him fail.
Yeah, we don't trust Doc in the playoffs. Nobody does.
And I just think, like, how are we getting close to a Giannis asking out?
We're getting close to something, it feels like. But the problem is the reason they got Dame is because of Giannis. So it's like now if Giannis bounces, it's kind of like, bro, they went and got you like what you kind of had been asking for. They went and got you like a superstar name with like the resume that you think is good. And we did it. And now you're not winning with it and you're going to leave. But it's also like maybe it's not the right fit. I also just think like Milwaukee's issue is like they've never – I don't know. I just feel like it's always the same role players kind of over there, and they're never that good. And then they just keep being like, here's more Pat Connaughton for you. And it's like, we kind of all know what that is. And they're like, nope, bunch of Pat Connaughton corner threes this series. We're living and dying by it. Yeah. I'm like, you're dying.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're living and dying with. You're dying then. Because, I mean... It is. I feel bad for Giannis because I don't feel like Giannis has gotten any worse since they won that NBA Finals, and he hasn't had a chance to they just haven't had a good enough team around him really or been healthy enough for him to get to really defend that and be like, no, I'm as good as Jokic. We do it different ways, but I'm in that same. You guys are all acting like he's a whole level above me now, and he's not. My team just hasn't been very good. But that's the way sports goes. If your team's not that good, you don't get to be in that conversation. And they've been struggling lately.
Yeah. And then you get Cleveland, Orlando, and all those teams are kind of just in that same cluster. And
I would think my guess would be Orlando takes a little leap because I think you get some Palo jump this year. I think Palo probably goes up to another, few points a game, another level, becomes more like the franchise guy.
Yeah.
So I could see them being kind of like a surprise team in the East. Cavs are so like a 4 seed that wins maybe the first round and loses in the second round. It's not even funny. I just feel like that's their destiny as a team right now with what they have.
And the Pacers too. Yeah.
And like the Pacers made the Eastern Conference Finals, but it's like nobody has them as a team. I can't imagine they're back in the Eastern Conference Finals this year.
Yeah, no way. And the enigma is probably the Sixers.
Yes. That's the one that it's like you could tell me they win the finals or you could tell me they get bounced in the first round. And I'm like,
I believe it. Yeah.
I believe it for sure.
The funny press conference by Joel Embiid was him saying this season nothing matters but winning a title.
So what was the point of all the other seasons?
Okay, like so what were we doing before?
Glad to hear your mentality changed, dude. That's good. Now I feel better. I didn't know you hadn't been trying to win a championship all these years.
I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Like, he's like,
that's the Drake and Lil Yachty. Like, oh,
yeah,
that's what it was. Okay,
he was.
Oh, you just weren't trying to win the title.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I didn't.
No more. It's not about MVPs. It's not about
game. Oh, you were more focused on the MVP than the championship. That's the only reason it's gone like this. Got it. My bad. I didn't realize.
Like, so we were all right. You just selfish, right? Okay, got it.
That's what I'm like. Does he not realize how that sounds on like a base level? Like, for the first time in my career, I'm going to care about winning.
It just
a lot of individual awards, and I've been very proud of those, and I've been able to brag about them a lot. But now everyone's starting to really make fun of me for not winning championships, and that's starting to kind of hurt my feelings.
It just made no sense. I'm like, okay, right, you definitely don't get it.
Media day interviews always provide just some of the greatest content.
Yeah. The one that was also funny for the media stuff was LeBron that did a local one, and he was saying he knew Bronny was going to be in the NBA when he was 5. He saw him play, and we're just like,
he can't help himself, dude. He just can't help himself from lying. He just can't.
The camera points at Bronny, and Bronny's just like, "What are you doing, man?" Like,
and that's the funniest thing. Sometimes you watch like Bronny's reactions or how Bronny talks, and it's like Bronny seems so grounded and like actually down to earth and aware of all of it that sometimes he's like watches his dad do stuff, and I feel like his reaction is like, "That's my corny dad." Like, we all have corny dads that tell bad dad jokes. It just is what it is, Mine just is LeBron, so you guys all have to witness it. But yeah. And like, you see, like Bronny checked into the game, and LeBron, and like he's picking up the point guard in the backcourt, and LeBron like immediately runs and stands next to him to pick up the inbounder on a full court. And it was like he strictly did that just so he could get the picture with Bron. He like wanted, and then immediately go to the game after. Instagram, Bron's got it posted with some caption about da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be all year.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's insane. And I know people are upset because he's taking a roster spot, but really,
I don't care about that.
Whoever spot he's taking isn't going to.
LeBron James, if his kid's good enough to play in a G League team, have the kid sit on the
and he might not be, but
that's he might not.
It's neither here nor there. But I hope JJ plays him in the first game, gets that out of the way,
and then sends him to the G League.
Yeah, and just like, dude, like, I don't know, bro. Like,
you got to go get better.
Yeah, it's just he's so bad.
It doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't look like he looks like a good basketball player. He doesn't look like an NBA player. Yeah, he looks like he would do really good if he showed up to Kennedy Club Fitness and ran with me. Like he would kill all of us for sure.
Yeah,
but for an NBA thing, it's like he looks like he's maybe 6 foot, maybe 6'1". And the athleticism is good, but it's not freakish for that size. You're not, and he's decently built. To me, the comp that they've given is like they're like the best case, or the not even best case scenario because he'll never be that guy, but like the mold would be try and become like a Drew Holiday type, where you're like a big, strong guard who moves quick enough you can stay in front of guys, but he's just not there yet. Like this kid's coming off averaging 30 points a game at USC.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't do anything at the highest level, and that's the part that's tough.
No, I think his best bet would be like on-ball defense would be probably the thing you would say is his closest to NBA ready skill. Because even the shooting, they're like, oh, he's a good shooter. But then I watch the shot and I'm like, that's not an NBA jump. That's not, he can't get that off in an NBA game. That's like a set shot.
Right.
As a 6'1" guard, you're not getting that off, like unless you're wide open on a catch and shoot. You're not about to like can't shoot that over the top of anyone.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see the LeBron fans kind of
justify it,
defend all this. Because
I had it in my house. My dad saw that. My dad was talking to me and my brother, and he was like, "Hey," and because he doesn't know like their names, but he knows who LeBron is, but he doesn't know it's LeBron James. But he's like, "Hey, so that guy's son is just on the Lakers, you know?" Like, yeah. And my brother was like, "Well, yeah." And my dad looks at me, and I just shook my head. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. And my brother was like, and I was like, I made a comment. I was like, "Yeah, bro, like he just got it because LeBron's his dad." And Sam was like, "Well, no." And I was like, "Stop." I was like, You're the basketball guy in this house. How are you defending
like,
this?"
Don't do this.
Like,
don't.
I was like, I'm helping you. Like I'm helping you. I was like, all right. Yeah. But my dad was like typical, like old man, like disgusted. He was just like, oh, they just.
He's like doing nepotism. How?
Yeah, and I was like, it is what it is.
It's just.
You're like, Dad, wait till I tell you about all the CEOs of companies around the world.
Right.
Yeah, getting real upset.
Yeah, it's tough because to make the argument for Bronny, because it's like, dude, like he went to a non-basketball school.
Yep.
And he couldn't even get in the starting lineup there.
Yep.
Like, and it's like, man, like
that's if he's sitting the bench at Duke or Kentucky, maybe you're like, okay, like we can, he again for a whole year he's against the best competition, blah blah. But it's like, no. Dude, he had a heart attack last year. Like, what are we doing? He shouldn't. He wasn't ready yet. Even if he's gonna be ready, he wasn't ready yet.
He should have stayed in school another year, another 2 years, maybe 3.
But the other thing is, he's like, if I stay in for 3 years and my dad retires, I might never get in the league. I better just hop in now, and I got a for sure ticket, and then my name is in the league. I can go play G League. I'm in a franchise.
Yeah, or he plays, LeBron retires, and then they cut him. And then and
then he's just done. Yeah. That's probably what
LeBron
happened.
gives him a makeup, he makes up a position for him, Clutch Sports or whatever.
Yeah.
Ronnie will be fine. His life will be fine.
Yeah, dude, his dad's LeBron James. He could do nothing and his life would be pretty awesome. So I think it's I'm not hating on the kid. I'm like, this is cool. Like I'm not doing that because I see a lot of people doing that. And I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I think it's a cool story. Like, the fact LeBron has been this good for this long that he is able to have a kid that can even be in the league at the same time as him is phenomenal. So I'm like, all of that is cool. I just know I'm going to get tired of like Bleacher Report posting every, it's just that. It's just more, it's not even LeBron's fault. It's just the way he gets covered now because everything knows that it'll get you the most clicks if LeBron's name's on it. So now it's just like we're gonna get every single angle of every Bronny LeBron pick, interview, question, anything all year. When in reality, it has no actual impact on like how the team is gonna do. The only thing I think it could have impact on is Bron being in like the best mood he's been in years for a season, where he's like more engaged or something because he's like
actually a good teamate this time.
Yeah, I got to show my
team
kid
activities. Like, oh, let's all
this
go.
Is how you play on defense. This is how you do. This is all of that. That's the only real benefit I see because there's not going to be a benefit from the Bronny on court stuff.
Right.
Nothing's.
And the people that criticize, like, dude, if you could do that for your kid, you would do it too.
That's the other thing. Everyone in the world, it's like if you were an NBA player and could get your kid into the NBA, you wouldn't. Shut up. Like, yes, you would.
Exactly. So I think as a Laker fan, I hate it just because of what you're saying, the circus. And I do want
just more circus.
If it's a train wreck and say, I mean, I don't think this will happen, but if Redick is hell bent on making it happen and he's playing him like 10, 15 minutes a game, I do wonder if the locker room begins to get weird of like, is he serious right now? Like, this is what we're doing? And all of a sudden you lose guys because it becomes about LeBron and his kid and not about actually winning. And so I do wonder if that could happen because JJ maybe can be a good coach, but I also wonder if this is a Byron Scott Kobe situation where they bring in Byron Scott at the end of Kobe's
Good call, Germ. That's a
just
great
because
call.
of his like he's friends and he'll listen and he'll just let him do whatever he wants. In the end, it became not about developing the young guys, but it became about giving Kobe his farewell season. And I
Yep.
hated that as a Laker fan. I understood that as Kobe's a legend, but as a Laker fan, like I don't really care for Kobe's like
I don't
farewell.
really want to watch him shoot 35% on 25
Yeah,
game for a whole season. That actually doesn't sound that fun as a fan.
right. And I so I
Especially when
do
I've watched
wonder,
him be good too. It's like now I have to watch him be bad at the end.
yeah. So I do wonder if that's what we're gonna see. And if that happens, then yeah, I will be very, very, very critical of the
Yeah.
whole situation. If that's what we get. Now, if he plays, you know, just trash time, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, it's fine. That's cool. That's fine. Travels with the
That's what it
team.
needs to be.
And I hope
The end of
that's
the bench guy that plays in blowouts, and you get to do the PR thing and have his jersey and post the pictures. But
yeah,
it's, you start thinking like, oh, we're gonna make him a rotation guy.
yeah. Then we have a problem. Like the
Not
Lakers
somebody
have
who is a
20,
real NBA
25.
rotation guy. You play
Yeah,
him over Connect, and everyone's like, what? Like,
yeah,
we actually
exactly.
have a good rookie. Why are we playing this
Yeah,
kid?
yeah, yeah. So hopefully we're up 25 and crypto's chanting Bronny, Bronny, and they bring him
Yeah,
out.
that's the right way for it to go for this first year.
Um, who else are we missing?
OKC.
OKC, the best team in the West.
Yeah, I think so, right? It feels like that's where we're headed.
uh, so
There's
Chet,
no holes. They just don't have any holes in the roster. The roster is complete. I mean, you have defenders, you've got shooters, you've got I love the Caruso for Giddey trade because Giddey was giving him nothing by the end of the year. And I think with all the baggage he's got going, he needed to go somewhere new where he can maybe just kind of like develop as a young guy. And OKC needed a dude that right now is going to come in and play good, impactful minutes, which is Caruso's the perfect. I mean, he just is always going to give you exactly what you're looking for.
yeah,
And then Hartenstein, I said I touched on it earlier, but Hartenstein is, I just think that is maybe going to go down as the most underrated because the one OKC issue last year was we play Jokic or someone, we just don't have a big enough body to like,
yeah, they're too small. Yeah,
yeah, Chet's just going to get shoved around by all those guys. Where now it's like, okay, you put Hartenstein on him, and then Chet just gets to float and be a shot blocker. Now you're kind of doing what Minnesota did with Cat and Gobert a little bit.
yeah,
Except I like Chet more than Gobert, and he's more
yeah.
mobile and can do more stuff. So it's like you're basically kind of recreating that with a more versatile. Both your bigs can dribble and shoot and pass. Where with Minnesota, they did it, and one of your guys is a complete zero on offense.
Right. It's a very dynamic team now. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jalen Williams probably going to get I would say a tick better because he's young enough that you still kind of expect he grows a little more. Shea isn't going to get worse. At the very least, he's probably still just going to be Shea. Dort is awesome. The fact that like now you can run a lineup where you have Dort and Caruso out there is miserable for everyone. That's just two of the best on-ball defenders in the league. Like that's terrible. And then you got Case and Wallace off the bench, who's going to be. I just think. I mean, Isaiah Joe off the bench.
Oh, deep, man. Yeah.
They're very deep, and they all like each other, and they have a lot of chemistry. And I feel like they did the classic, like you build as you're getting to becoming a finals team, where it's like scrape in, play in team. Then the next year, make a little run. It's like they made the second round, but they played the team that made the finals closer than the team that played them in the next round. They played Dallas closer than Minnesota played Dallas. So it's like, I feel like they're kind of at that, and they kind of were like the fun team goofing around, doing a lot of silly stuff at the end of interviews. I would imagine this year we see like a little more serious. They're still like loose and having fun, but it's like, okay, we're here now. We're all kind of in our prime. Like this is when we're supposed to do this.
And they have so many ways to get better. If they want to go get a like upgrade something, they have all the picks. They can, yeah. So it's just
that's really what their superpower is too. Is you're like you see this team that we think's complete and has everything completely figured out. Well, if they don't, they have a million draft picks they can trade to fix it real fast. Like,
yeah, it can get, yeah,
it gets scary for the rest of the league, especially because Preston's the best in the business. So you just trust that he knows exactly what he's doing, and you're like, well, he's not going to make bad moves.
Right.
He's not going to draft bad guys. He's just going to draft more guys that help them be good, or he's going to take the pick from the Clippers and then flip it and sell it and give it to someone for another good player, or more picks in the future. Like he just is a genius at this. He really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, the only thing that could ruin them, well, not even, I don't know, ruin them, but I do wonder if you're another team, if you just give Presti a blank check. And just say, hey, come over here.
You're like, come fix us.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
we're the Detroit Pistons. We need help, Sam Presti.
Yeah.
However much money you want, turn our franchise around.
Yeah, or you're a bigger market, like you're Golden State. Hey, you want to come do something? Like, I just wonder if that's the way to kind of shake up OKC, where the guy calling all the shots is kind of removed, and I don't know if anybody else can do the job he has done there. Memphis is going to be interesting if they're healthy.
Yep.
You would think John Morant's going to be a little more mature this time around. Hopefully,
would like to hope.
And they have a really high upside, but I could also see John Morant not learning anything, and they kind of just
posting another video with a gun on Instagram.
Yeah. So we'll see about those guys.
But I like the ED pickup for them.
Yeah,
of all the places for him to go, I felt like that was the spot that he actually fits. Like that works there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
And good.
San Antonio, how are you feeling about San Antonio? Wemby?
I'm probably going to be one of the people that's higher on San Antonio, just because I love Wemby so much, and I'm a Chris Paul guy that I'm just like, this is going to work, dude. Like, and they got Harrison Barnes. I like the rookie they got from UConn. I can't see them being like even a playoff team, but I could see them maybe being a play-in team.
Yeah, well, if Wemby
it's really about the Wemby leap.
Yeah.
It's just like if Wemby is what he was the second half of the season, then they'll be a play-in team, I think.
Right, and they're going to play him as just a lot, then yeah.
If Pop's like, okay, we're here. This dude is obviously the truth. We're going to run him 30 to 35 minutes a game like he's a real superstar. Then
we're in for something fun.
That's really what I'm hoping. But I could also see the reality where Pop's like, one more year. We're gonna slow play it. One more year, he's gonna be on a 25 minutes a game restriction. We're gonna just like, we don't need to rush this. He's got a big body. He could get hurt easy. And I'm just like, nobody wants that. Let this kid loose. He's incredible. Let him go. If you played him 35 minutes a game this year, it wouldn't be the biggest surprise if we get to the end of next year and we're like, that's just the best basketball player in the league.
Right,
like,
yeah, exactly.
In year two, I mean, it's not past him. There's nothing like it. I've never seen anything like it. Even in the Olympics, I was watching it and I was like, and him crying after the Olympics and caring so much and all of that is just, he's got it. I feel like he's just made of the right stuff, you know?
Yeah. So hopefully they let him loose. But Pop wanting another year, another top draft pick, that also makes me super nervous about that team.
Yeah, I could see them being like, we got Castle and we got Wemby. Give us one more year of a bad team to draft another high pick, and then that'll be our core we start building around. And I'm like, I think you guys are best off hoping Castle gets good, and then him and Wemby are your little core, and then you just build around it and get pieces, and you draft and wherever you draft, and maybe those guys are good and they develop, but like,
you don't think guys are going to want to come play with Wemby?
That's my thing. I'm like, dude, guys will come to San Antonio to play with Wemby. You get a tax break in Texas, and this might be the best player in the world. And if you're a bad defender, you're like, he'll cover all my mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's it.
I feel like we touched on all the important teams. It's not like we need to talk about the New Orleans Pelicans or anything.
no. Although Zion looks in shape.
Yeah,
So I'm
we'll
hoping,
see. Yeah, and Ben Simmons is working out hitting jumpers. You know what I mean? We'll see.
I hate that. It's
I
just
can't stand it. How does it happen every offseason? Some trainer's like, you
it's
guys
like
are in trouble with Ben
mandatory.
Simmons. I'm like, no one's in trouble. Okay. He's not going to play. He'll
It's
play
the
12
mandatory
games.
shot. Like he's never gonna shoot that in a game, bro. Stop it.
Yeah. The shot has looked the same the whole time. It's kind of like a broken looking jumper. And they're like, this year, no, not this year.
It's the
Let's
worst.
just see if he can play
Yeah, exactly. Can you get on the court, please?
at all.
For the Pelicans, I do think they need to trade Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they got to get him out of there. That's that. Especially now that they went and got DeJounte Murray. I just feel like it's too much weird.
Yeah.
I don't styles of play together. It's like get Ingram out, see what you can get back for him, maybe get some capital. You got Trey Murphy, he can play the three, and then you have just like a traditional catch and shoot three who's really good with Murray as your one and CJ as your two and Zion at your four. I'm like that makes a little more just sense. Where Ingram in there is like he's just going to want the ball a lot and think he's maybe better than Zion.
Yeah, I agree. Kings and any Warriors thoughts? I mean, not Kings.
I could see the Warriors just fully missing. How many times can they be bad in the end of Steph's career before Steph starts thinking about like maybe going somewhere else? Or is he just like, I'm riding off with the Warriors no matter what we're
It
doing?
looks like it looks like he's kind of just cool with
I think that's his best bet. I think he's modern day Kobe. Like he's Kobe of our generation, where it's like he's the guy that played for the same franchise the whole time. He's a legend. They can kind of be bad at the end of his run there, and it's not really going to hurt his legacy at all. No one's going to be like, well, Steph couldn't carry the Warriors in year 16 to the playoffs. It's like
right.
no one really cares. He's not LeBron, so he's not getting that kind of scrutiny. He's at the level right below that where you don't quite get like blamed for everything your entire career. You know, you're
And
not
he
Jordan with the Wizards being like, why is Jordan not good at 40 with the Wizards? It's like because he's 40 with the Wizards. That's okay.
had his moment in the Olympics, so people are gonna remember that. And
Yeah, the Olympic that was really cool. I enjoyed him getting to have that moment.
Phoenix Phoenix to me in the West is what you said about Philadelphia, where you could tell me they're going to be one of the best teams in the West. You could tell me they're going to suck and they're going to like trade everybody.
Yep.
I believe
and either one, I'll believe them.
Yeah, it's so volatile.
I think we're gonna get a good Book year. Book gives me the feel of the guy that went to the Olympics and had like played a really important role and was around all those good dudes, and then comes back and like takes another little leap. So I could see Book having a good year. KD's still 90%, 95% of KD. So you like that. To me, just the Beal thing is so messed up. It's just I just fit wise, it was so dumb when they did it, and it worked out so dumb. And I can't imagine after an off season now it's just going to be good. Like I can't see all of a sudden now Beal figured out how to fit in with all that perfectly. Maybe, but I don't know. But I don't know what they do. They're handcuffed. They can't really move him. So this is just they're going to have to figure out how to win with that as their team.
Yeah. And the last team I like in the West is the Rockets. I think the Rockets are going to be good.
Rockets. I like the Rockets a lot. I think Reed Shepherd is going to be good. I think Jalen Green takes a jump. I think Şengün is awesome. Like I just think they have a lot of talent and they're deep. They go like 8, 9, 10 deep. Where I'm like, that's a guy right there.
Yeah.
They go Tari Eason and I mean they got a lot of guys where I'm like, that's a legit NBA player that would play on most teams in the league right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see. I think their biggest thing is going to be figuring out what guys are the guys and then moving certain guys.
Yeah,
like
have too
you
many
got
guys.
Fred Van Fleet this year and next year. Do you really want him, or are you thinking one of the Thompson kids is maybe your point guard?
Right.
Is it Jalen Green and Şengün? Or is it one of them is your star and then you move the other one and get pieces, or is it that they both play well together? Like I don't know what they're. Dylan Brooks. Do you keep him? Do you move? There's a lot of guys where it's like I think they got a couple trade pieces. Especially if Reed Shepherd ends up being good, because if he ends up being good, then it's like, well, that's your point guard now, probably. because that builds with your young core. If you go him, Jalen, Şengün, you're like, okay, we have a 1, 2, and a 5 for the next 10 years if we handle this correctly.
Yeah. So they're gonna be fun, but they're gonna have to make some space just for their guys.
I think they feel like a mid-season team that makes a couple moves just because they're like, we have too much going on here. There's just a lot of talent.
Yeah, give us some draft picks, or maybe they took it for a veteran. They get rid of some of the young guys, bring in a veteran
who can start trying to win now. Actually, yeah, they could. And Houston's another spot. Guys will go to Houston. Like NBA players will move to Houston, so that's not an impossible place to get free agents.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that's where we're at the NBA so far. So
it's gonna be fun. Can't wait.
Yeah. October 22nd, I think, is when the league starts again. So
gosh, it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
We're gonna have this is the best time of the year. We're about to have playoff baseball, football, and basketball going on one of these weekends here in a couple weeks. Yeah. I'm like, that is just chef's kiss. I love it.
Yeah. Before we do final thought, you think the Dodgers win today? Dave Roberts said it's going to be a bullpen game.
That makes me feel better.
And
I never thought I'd get to that point, but I'm like, I feel a lot better if we just had one guy take turns each inning and just rolled that way. I'd feel more confident. The starting, I don't trust the starting pitching.
I've got it several messages.
I'm a fan and I need it to go back to LA. I don't feel great.
Yeah.
Yesterday didn't instill a ton of confidence.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do like is the bats are going. We're hitting. And a lot of times what happens with the Dodgers is all these dudes that can really get to the playoffs and don't hit it all. And like we're hitting. I mean, we're hitting home runs, we're putting up runs. So like it really is a pitching thing right now, where in the past I've been like, we even have decent pitching, but all our hitting that even was good is not hitting good now. And so I'm gonna say yes. It's more of a prayer than it is a prediction. But that's how we're rolling.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of Dodger fans in my life, so I hope you guys.
I appreciate
it. Win. I hope you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't need this. The San Diego Padres beating us in a playoff series is like the Lakers losing to the Clippers in a playoff series. And as the Laker fan, you're like, I can't have those annoying little fans barking at me like we're the same franchise our whole life because they beat us in the playoff series. You know, like I started having all these. I had to hit at one of my boys back today. He was like, he's a Padres fan. And he was like chirping at me, and I just responded with like a picture of, have the San Diego Padres ever won a World Series? No, the Padres are the oldest team to never win a World Series. I'm like, we're not the same, even if you beat us this series, dude. Let's just keep that in check, all right? So I'm like, I can't. I don't need it. I need to just squash them so I can be like the Lakers fans and be like, you guys are little brother, okay? You're forever little brother. It's okay. You just can't beat us.
JV varsity, you know.
That's yes. Yeah. I'm like, we can't lose to the JV team, guys. It's not good. It's not a good look for us. Yeah. But they're a really good JV team, so it is what it is.
Yeah. So there you go. You guys have a final thought?
Go ahead, David. David gets silenced out during the NBA
a little bit. We didn't touch on it last time, but we missed the Baker Mayfield Brady.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hit that. Hit on that. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Baker meant it in that kind of way, but it's
just to set the table for those that don't know. Baker in an interview. So Brady does the Bucs game last week, and Baker to somebody tells them that when he got to Tampa Bay, they told him to bring back fun because before he got there, everything was stress. And so obviously that's alluding to Brady, the pressure of winning. And so Brady on the broadcast says, well, I thought not having championships was stressful.
Which is
Brady responded in Brady fashion. It's
like winning is fun. If I want to have fun, I'd go to Disney World with my kids, and this isn't daycare. And I'm just like, whoa, dude.
And
yeah. that's
This
what
is like when those guys said that about New England too. Like years ago, some guys said that it wasn't like I remember seeing the articles come out of guys saying, "Oh, it's not fun to play New England," and then it's like
you like winning.
it's like, bro, that I mean, and they won Super Bowls after that, so it's like, okay, so you just like losing. You're like going yeah, have fun at your facilities elsewhere with your poverty franchises, and then just don't do anything.
I knew Dave that the minute it was a Brady topic, I'm like, David's gonna be fired up right now.
And it's like you hear this from other like there's I'm sure you guys have seen that clip of Martellus Bennett when he was on the Bears and he got like he got hit in practice and then he retaliated and hit the guy back. And he was talking about the mindset of the coaches in the building and the players as well. And he's like, yeah, the players slacked off, the coaches slacked off, and they liked each other. And that's just how it was. And so seeing some of these guys play, these franchises around the league, you're like, oh, no, you see it. I bet you guys are all buddy-buddy. It's probably why you guys aren't winning games. So, and so to hear Brady respond in that fashion, it was just like chills down my spine. I was like, yeah, he's still there. He's still
ultimate petty. Said Brady's last year and Baker's last year, didn't they end the same? Or did Baker go farther in the playoffs than Brady's last year? So I get what Baker was. I'm sure Brady's standard is Super Bowl. So that's how you're preparing. Right. So when you win the Super Bowl, it's very fun and rewarding. And you're like, that's worth getting screamed at by him all year. If you lose in the first round to the Cowboys, then I think you're like, did they lose to the Cowboys that year? Who'd they lose to in Brady's last year? The Rams?
It was the Rams.
The Rams. So like,
no, it was the Cowboys. It was the Cowboys.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. His last year, they lost to the Cowboys. Yeah.
Right. And because that was the year they were like, they weren't as good. They kind of were like an almost 500 team.
Right.
And so I'm sure when he's yelling at you like it's the Super Bowl that year and you go 9-7 or whatever and lose in the first round, and then Baker comes in the next year and it's fun and he's joking around, he's all lighthearted, that it's like, and you do the same, you're like, that's fun. But that's not Brady's point. Brady's like, you play at this standard of wanting a Super Bowl every year, and that's what makes you win as many Super Bowls as someone like me has won. You don't get them every year, but you have to be at this standard every year. So it's I think I get Baker's point. I also get Brady being like, what the fuck, like, and getting irritated and wanting to clap back. I get it, especially because they read the quote in the middle of him broadcasting the game.
Right, yeah.
And you're like, well, I was the last quarterback there before him, so that feels pretty directed right at me. So I get him being like defensive and wanting to clap back and be like, y'all don't win like I win, so why is anyone talking? Like, I think that is a fair place for him to come from. But I guess I could see everyone in the locker room being like, Baker's fun, this is sick. And Baker being like, that was what they needed at the time.
Right. A little reset, a little,
Yeah, because you just, I'm like, the Patriots probably would have benefited from having a fun quarterback come in after. I feel like low-key that's what they tried to do with Cam almost. They were like, okay, we'll get someone with a lot of personality and like da-da-da. And then it didn't work because Belichick was still there. And it's like, you just fall in line with that, man.
Yeah, Belichick still got a standard.
You don't need to have personality. Just do what that guy says and you'll win Super Bowls.
I think it's tough also for Baker because it didn't matter what he said. Brady was going to come out looking better. Because
he is.
Yeah, but just like in terms of mentality, like because Baker said it and you're like, yeah, I get it. I can see what you're saying.
But the minute you're a pro athlete saying, we're just trying to have fun, it's like you can just immediately be like, really? Well, I'm trying to win. So now what? And you look
as soon as Brady says that, he kind of just.
You look bad.
Yeah, he was. I wonder if somebody could have told him, like, you sure? Like, you sure you want me to put this out? Just because I don't think he realized
when it was going to get read.
Yeah, like just because it was such a bad look for him.
Yeah.
Because once Brady responds, it's like, well, yeah, of course Brady's going to say that. Of course he is.
Yeah. And there's no real good response to that.
Right. Yeah.
There's just not anything you can say to that guy really there.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, you're right. I have never won. Yeah.
Like you can't even hit him from like but my career is good for like what people thought it was gonna be. Like you can't even come from that angle as Baker of like, yeah, but you're Tom Brady. I'm just Baker Mayfield. Like I wasn't supposed to be this. It's like Tom Brady wasn't supposed to be Tom Brady.
Right.
He
Yeah.
was the number one overall pick. So even comparatively speaking, it's like it's a tough look. And I love Baker. Like Baker might be my favorite quarterback in the NFL right now, but it was tough. I was like, that's rough for my guy.
Yeah, that one was a layup for Brady. Like he walked in, like
Layup,
Baker walked into that
easy.
one. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could tell the way he said it, he took it personal.
Oh,
Brady?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was hurt in his
Brady
voice.
became the MJ meme. He was like, and I
It was the first good thing I've heard him say on a microphone in the first 5
You're right.
minutes.
You're right. You're right.
Hey, bro.
He is terrible, bro. He is not good at this.
I wonder
to figure it out.
Yeah, because he's really bad. I do wonder though if because when you hear him like on podcasts and stuff like that, he's a big cusser.
I've heard this. They think he's like trying to stop himself from saying that word the whole time. Like he's having.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the thing. I wonder if
I can see it.
If because just in casual life he's cussing all the time. If he gets up there and then, because had they asked him on Pat McAfee's show, "Hey, did you hear this?" But it would have been filled with cuss words. So I do wonder if that happens because it's happened. The guy I do the baseball pods with, in the beginning, he would like cut himself off from cussing, and I had to tell him like, dude, just let it go, bro. Just
let it rip.
Do you? Like no one's censoring you. There's not gonna be no bleep button. Like we're good. Like just be you. And he kind of was like, okay, yeah, it's because that's how I talk, and I like, bro, just let it go. But obviously, Fox can't do that. Fox can be like, like just f bombs all the.
He'd probably be good if you could have Brady up there cussing and just saying whatever he thought. I'd bet that'd be the greatest broadcast ever. I'd be like,
so
because it feels like he's constantly pausing and like starting a sentence and then being like,
he's walking on eggshells verbally,
Yeah. So maybe Fox has to do like a 10-second delay and just
and let him cuss and then just censor him if he does.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound super crazy, but yeah, maybe you do that, or maybe we get to a place in a few years where cussing just kind of becomes kind of normal, I guess, or accepted.
I know with the UFC's, I mean, obviously that's pay-per-view and you have to pay. It's not like on cable, but it's like they've leaned into it. Their owner of the league is out here giving interviews where he's just dropping F-bombs left and right. And no one's been like, morally, I can't stand behind this anymore. And it does feel like football would be the next one where you could get away because it's so violent. It's like, bro, you guys are okay with these dudes just running full speed into each other and maybe like giving each other concussions.
You can't say this and you can't say
that. And the guy's going to say shit on TV and now you're affected by how everything, like, it's like, that doesn't.
It doesn't
wait. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets better, but yeah, that was that.
I think he will. He's Brady. And he knows he's bad right now. He's got to be hearing it. So you got to think he's like going and working on it every week, trying to find it.
Yeah, because when he talks football, it's like, dude, like you're good.
Yeah, he's the best quarterback ever. He knows everything there is to know. It's like sometimes it does feel like too the announcers like forcing the like. Remember when you were a quarterback, Tom? Remember when Tom, when you were back in, it's like, bro, we all know it's Tom Brady. We're all aware. You guys don't need to do the whole like, because I was watching the baseball pregame show last night with A-Rod, Ortiz, and Jeter. And like A-Rod and Ortiz, it's just constantly them being like, remember I played. Like their whole analysis of everything is like, oh, well, when I played
back in my day, like,
yeah. And it's like, bro, no, I just want your knowledge because you played for so long and we're good. I don't need you to tell me a story about when you guys were playing the Red Sox that this happened to you in 2004. Like, I don't care right now. Like, just tell me how it feels as a pro athlete to be going through those things. And it doesn't need to be this obvious, like, I was Tom Brady. I used to play for the Patriots. And now it's like, just tell me what you're seeing. Tell me what. Yeah. What would you have done on that coverage? What would have been the right read?
What could they done to do better?
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Final thought.
I'm going in for ACL surgery tomorrow. And the whole process of it is just like a very interesting. Surgery's a weird uh thing. Like so I got COVID 2 weeks ago and it got bumped back.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting, like dealing with like the COVID thing right now, seeing where it took me back to 2020 and how like we were all on it, and I got it, and like I went and I was like, okay, we're probably gonna have to move my surgery back. My surgeon was like, you're fine dealing with it, whatever. The anesthesia place said no, we got to move you back, all this. Basically, uh just I'm gonna be laid up for probably 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
At least. So if anyone's got movie, book, video game suggestions, hit me up on Instagram and send them to me because I'm gonna need. I'm pretty prepped. I've got everything set up at the house right now, ready to be like an in bed, just read, play video games, do all that. But if you got anything that you're like, this is the one that'll get you through, let me know. I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Noted. All right, yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, Germ?
Man.
Oh, he sighed. Oh, he's nervous. What is this? What's going
no,
on here?
no.
Oh, okay, no, never mind. I don't want to stir the pot.
No. Don't project on me.
No. I chilled. It's when you start with a sigh. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
No, it's because I was gonna do them, but I remembered I did it already. So my final thought. I'll do a food one. I'll do a food final thought.
Ooh.
So we talked about this when I went to Paso last time about these unrealistic standards that people have for food. And there's certain people that will have very extreme standards. And this weekend we were talking about tacos and what places are good, what places are not. And one of the things that I realize is people take their food recommendations very, very personal. And it's not that deep. Like if you love a place and if you love a taco spot or a restaurant, cool, love it, enjoy it, be passionate about it. But if I go and I try it and to me it's not the greatest thing ever, it's okay, it's fine. It could still be the greatest thing for you.
And we can still be friends.
And we can still be friends.
Yeah.
And just because I say it's okay, it doesn't mean that I think it's the worst thing ever. It's just to me, it's okay. And I'll eat it and it's edible. And if you want to go there, we can go there. But I don't know why, and it happens with other stuff, but I feel like I see it, at least in my life, a lot with food. That if someone says, "Hey, this place is really good, you got to try it," and then you try it and like, what you think? Yeah, it was
okay. It was solid.
It was fine. Yeah, it was good. You didn't like it. I'm like, no, I liked it. I just don't think it's the greatest invention ever. It's
didn't want to write a novel about it like you do, but it was cool.
Yeah, like I've had better. Is that hard to believe? I've had better, and it's okay. So that's my final thought. If you have an opinion on something or you love something, love it. Be you, man. Like enjoy it.
Good, excellent.
But don't get frustrated or take it personal, or don't think that people hate it just because they don't love it as much as you love it.
Yep. You don't got to match my energy on food selection. We can all be on our own on that one. That's why restaurants, menus, lots of items on them.
Yes. Like it's happened with Stephanie where she loves In-N-Out. And I'm like, whatever, In-N-Out's whatever. It's fine.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, let's go to In-N-Out. It's like, oh wait, you don't like In-N-Out. Like I've
never said I didn't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never said that. I'll go to In-N-Out. You want to go to In-N-Out? We'll go to In-N-Out. It's like, no, but you don't like it. I'm like, I've never said that. It's just I don't love it as much as you love it.
Right.
That's okay. And so it happens. It happens, and I don't understand why people take it so personal. Their food stuff, because it's one thing if you're trashing it and you trash everything. I get it, but or if it's your mom's cooking, I understand that too. Like if hey, my mom made it, and you're like, yeah, this sucks, dude.
Yeah, shut up. You don't say that. You just eat it and you say thank you. That's fine. I'm with you there. The mom is a different one.
Yeah, but if it's like a restaurant, and
Who
unless
cares?
you own the restaurant or it's a family restaurant, again, that's different. But if it's just like, hey, In-N-Out's great, it's the best burger, and like, it's whatever.
I even get it with my family restaurant. People be like, it doesn't really do it for me. And I'm just like, that's fine. Not for everyone. A lot of people like it, so it's okay that you don't. You know, like it's just like a weird, like, you don't like In-N-Out, bro. It's like I think In-N-Out's gonna be okay if I don't like them. I think their sales are gonna be just fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, In-N-Out's not crying because I don't like it.
They are good.
Yeah. David?
I think the Brady one was. I'll let that because that one was past due. So that was all I had for that. But
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
There you go. You guys have anything to plug? Music?
My band's got a single coming out.
There you go.
October 25th. Pre-save link in bio. You know, so.
What's the
then
handle?
It's at IMVA Music. One word, but yeah. Oh, and then shout out to Gehrig and my band as well. We were selected for some awards, so you'll be hearing about that soon.
Oh, I didn't know you guys got in too. Let's go.
Yeah, we got one. We just didn't post it because we were like, oh, like we're gonna we'll announce it like when they announce it. But when you posted the email, I was like, oh, Gehrig posted it. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I forgot I had applied for it, and then saw the email yesterday. I was like, okay, let's go.
I didn't even know we'd applied. KB just applied, and he forgot about it too. And then we got a DM from the page, and they're like, "Hey, check your email. We have something to."
Exactly.
And we were like, I was like, "I'll take that. Excellent." So,
are you guys gonna perform at the little award ceremony thing?
I think so. They sent us like a date for that. So, yeah. But yeah, so that'll be cool. Yeah.
So check that out. Check out Gehrig's music as well. Anywhere, right? Spotify, Apple.
Yeah, we're on all the main stuff.
Everywhere. So do that. Cool. So good to talk to you guys.
Always. Thank you guys for having me back. This is
Best wishes on the surgery.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What's your Instagram handle, just so that people can send you the
Instagram handle is Gehrig Niffen, GEHRIGKNIFFEN.
All right, cool. So I'll talk to you guys soon. And yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen.
The Erza podcast was brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings. You can find Triumph Protective Coatings on Instagram, Triumph_Coatings. You can call them or text them 626-436-4702. They offer awesome customer service and they do amazing work. So reach out to them for your next project, and if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off your next order. So reach out to them. They'll take care of you. Triumph Protective Coatings. That's the pod. Thank you to David. Thank you to Gehrig. Thank you to Angel. Thank you to Triumph. Thank you. You can listen to this pod anywhere you hear your pod, so please rate, review, and subscribe. I will talk to you again on Monday. And should be a good one. Monday. Post NFL stuff. And as always, you can follow us on Instagram at the Arrows Up Instagram page and on YouTube Arrows Up YouTube channel. So check us out, follow us, subscribe to the pod, share, do all of that. I'll talk to you later. So Arrows Up Podcast. Let's go Lakers. Viva la máquina. Hala Madrid. Glory, glory, Man United. And bang, bang, Niner gang.